Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and you've tuned in live seconds after that wolf from Hyrule raided us. And yes, hello. I'm just starting. You were silent up until the point when I started. Yes.
This is Princess Leia.
It is.
My favorite doll.
It is. It's fair. So as I was saying.
And also, I'm playing dollies.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite dollies.
Yes. And I'm starting the stream. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I got to give shout outs to the new people who followed. Okay, thank you. To Slushy Wolf and Shripe for also following. Right there before the stream really began. And I got covered with Princess Leia kisses. Where's Ray?
She's at her house.
Oh, okay.
Her mother and her father and her grandpa lives with her.
Oh, her grandpa's Emperor Palpatine.
What?
Yeah. Remember from The Rise of Skywalker?
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't have an Emperor Palpatine.
No, you don't. I don't know if they make an Emperor Palpatine of those. You have an Emperor Palpatine doll.
Princess Leia one.
Yeah, well, you've got the Princess Leia one. For sure. So, yeah, here we are. And there you are. Can I help you?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I'm doing this, honey. Thank you. All right, go back to what you were doing. Yeah. Yep. Silence. And then I'm doing this. Thank you. Silence. Silence. And then I start doing it. And then suddenly, attention. It's like everybody's off until things are on. Anyway, so thank you for the raid before the stream. Really appreciate it. It's pretty funny. Yes, a coffee update. I will give you a coffee up. Two of you. A heck of a lot of OT Lego ships. I have a few. Not enough. Not nearly enough. I have the Death Star, if that counts as a ship. That's downstairs. Coffee update. Yes. So now I'm trying to like reconfigure where my brain was. The Nespresso worked well. I had one shot of Nespresso, and that seemingly pulled me through. It wasn't not enough, and it wasn't more than enough. So then in the early afternoon, I started kind of feeling a little bit of a headache coming on. So I made another shot. I got about halfway through that, and I'm like, okay, that's good. So I think that I may have found a formula that at least works for now. If I just stick to one shot in the morning and possibly a pick-me-up half a shot in the afternoon, I will be okay, at least for now. I mean, the problem with the second shot is that I can't. It's hard to have just half a shot of espresso. It really is, because I want the whole thing. And even then, I know that I'm going to want more than that. That's the problem with coffee. It tastes so good. It tastes so good.
Paceless gifted that wolf from Hyrule a subscription. Paceless gifted a tier 1 sub to that wolf from Hyrule. They have given 136 gift subs in the channel.
Look at that. Thank you very much, Pez Liz, for gifting that wolf from Hyrule. Hope your stream went well. I'd imagine you are a fan of Zelda, at least at some point, because if you got Hyrule in the title. I haven't played all the Zelda games, that's for sure, but I was around during the original NES release of The Legend of Zelda, and it was easily one of my favorite video games from childhood. And yes, childhood. I'm that old. For sure. I don't do a lot of games. I'm not really a gamer, so to speak. Most of the streams around here are like this, hanging out. You never really know what's going to happen. For example, I might be talking, and someone will run in, and I don't know how to necessarily deal with that, because it's like, well, I'm trying to engage, but it's difficult to engage you and someone here, especially when someone here can't take cues yet. We're going with a rainbow, according to Seoris. Fair enough. Mark, I just gave everybody an update, so maybe someone could give Mark that update. Let's go red, orange, green, blue, purple. There we go. That's the best rainbow right there. It looks like a rainbow back there for sure. Hang on. Is that filament? No, it's food. So yes. Long story short, I feel like I'm okay today. What's my most expensive Star Wars item I've bought? That I've bought. Item. I don't know. Actually, I probably do. It would probably be a vintage yak face figure. Like, I can't remember what I bought them for, like around $300. But it was a yak face figure, and it completed my vintage collection, so I was very, very, very happy about that. Toydarian Toymaker doesn't have a Palpatine doll. Yeah, I know. Thank you, big fan. I'm way ahead of you there. Chris has a whole stash under his desk. Shh. What? Of what? What do I have under there? Star Wars stuff? I do. It is true. I do have Star Wars stuff under there. Hang on. Told you. Yes? It does spell top. How'd you figure that out?
Because I figured it out. I was like, oh, it starts with a top.
Yeah, but where did you see the word top? Or you just sounded it out and then you figured out how to spell it from there? Really? For real? Just out of the blue? No one helped you? Really? Alright, fist bump. Good job. Great job. Yeah, that's how you do it. Go spell more words. Yeah. Imagine a Palpatine doll. Actually, they'd probably come off pretty well. I like that style. I have the Darth Vader one. And then I didn't pick up any others. And then on Krusty's recent visit to Galaxy's Edge, I asked specifically for an Ahsoka and the Rey doll. They didn't have the Ahsoka one, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to, like, put yet another thing on my Galaxy's Edge wish list. That Wolf from Hyrule says, my two most expensive Star Wars things are my two custom lightsabers. Most expensive Lego thing is my two Jansen minifigures, 70 each. I think my most expensive Lego thing would be Mr. Gold in bag. That's probably the most I paid for a minifigure. I needed it, being a completist of the minifigures line, at least those Lego minifigures. I'm a huge adult fan of Lego, like beyond a fan. I mean, in fact, tonight on the printer, given that I do 3D print something every night, I am doing a shape of a minifigure that's designed to be used like either like a cookie cutter or potentially even Play-Doh impressions. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to print out a variety of these and then throw them into Jedi's Bin O Lego. I'm sorry, not Lego. Bin O Play-Doh accessories. Thought it'd be kind of neat. Do I have Mr. Gold on display? I do. I have pretty much all my minifigures out on display in a room, and I have a few shelves. I need to find some acrylic shelves just to get extra room because I have a few other Lego minifigures. It's just finding the proper size acrylic for said shelf is proving to be a bit of a challenge. The most expensive thing I do have from the Star Wars fandom, I'm not even sure what it's worth. I want to say it's worth around $5,000, but the prop shop model casted or built in the to mirror the melted Darth Vader helmet from The Force Awakens. Before prop shop went out of business, Disney had sent me one of those in a crate. Still have the crate too. It's got Lucasfilm on it. It's like very much like Indiana Jones. But I got that, and then they went out of business. So it made a very expensive item even that much more expensive because nobody else can get that. Nobody. That Wolf from Hyrule says, I was collecting pilots and wanted accurate squadrons. Needed a second Jansen for Rud 12. Wow. See, I guess I'm not... I don't... As much as I'm a huge Star Wars fan, a huge Star Wars collector... In fact, I've got a haul and a half to go through here, which I'll do here in a minute. Hey, Eloquent Madman, good to see you. Welcome back. I feel that you know, I can't limit myself to just Star Wars minifigures. It's like any minifigure in general, I'm pretty happy with. But I tend not to modify the Lego bricks themselves. That's why this is about the only kind of Lego I'm ever going to print is something that's not Lego compatible or to be confused with Lego, but obviously it's modeled like a Lego minifigure. Yes, that Wolf from Hyrule, it's being researched by top men. It is. Thank you, C. Travis, for being here, even ever so briefly. Now, let me go ahead and show you how the Canto Bite coin turned out. This is one that Krusty printed in resin that came in gray. I showed you yesterday. Sprayed in gold, and for the most part, it's good. It's complete. I'm doing a smaller one in bronze, although I'm not sure if the bronze is coming out as nice as I thought it would. I probably would have been better off spraying the other one in silver. Either way, got a gold Canto Bite token. Can't buy it anywhere, which is so cool. This is what I love to get either printed or painted, or if I can't print it, I get it from somebody else. So these were on sale for like down from $12 to like $2. So I got some, even though masks are kind of going away right now, there are still licensed versions of masks out there. This is for kid size. $2. $2. Down from $12.99. That's how much they're probably worth. But it's got Star Wars on there, so why not? That came in a bag with other things, including this 100% cotton hooded towel. And Jedi's got a hooded towel with like a big head on it after the bath. This one does not have a big head on it. This was also on sale, a hooded towel Grogu. Unfortunately, I cannot use them in my shower. How about Platinum? Platinum would be great. But I just figured we'd do it in bronze, because bronze is kind of this very fun color. Then I also got, again, a series of kids masks. This one being a Stormtrooper and a Darth Vader kids masks. Yes, that's right. It's got Star Wars on it. I'm in. There's this. Okay, did I get everything that was on the packing slip? I did. Chuck it. Then, this is how I even found out about all that other stuff. Because Diana sent me a link to a couple of pillows. She says, oh, a couple pillows. I'm like, why do we need pillows? More pillows. Don't we already had pillows? So now we have two very, very, very soft pillows. Like, extremely soft pillows. Yeah, 2-pack squishy decorative pillows. They are decorative. And, under penalty of law, this tag not to be removed by anybody but the consumer. I consumed it. Therefore, I'm going to remove the tag right now. The tag has been removed. Not in trouble because I was the consumer. A. Hayes 31 notes, no such thing as too many pillows. Well, I disagree. Haley Rena Nemeth, I'm just going to say Haley, says, I feel weird going out without a mask. I kind of did at first. Oh, you're going to go do some chores? Oh, you're missing the hall. I'm getting used to it. Like, I'll go into stores that I know don't take masks, that I go into on a regular basis. But, like, if I don't know if the store has a mask policy, or it's not very clear what the mask policy is, I will wear one going into the store. But it also, you just kind of become attuned to the idea of not wearing a mask after having worn one for as long as you have. And just like wearing a mask, not wearing a mask takes a little bit of getting used to. But I feel okay. In my area, it's generally responded well. Like, as soon as the mask mandate came down, we really didn't have any pushback. For the most part, people around here complied. Didn't have any pushback, and so it wasn't too much of an issue when that became a thing. I do wonder how long it will be before most people stop wearing masks, and I'm not sure if we're ever going to have an answer to that, because my guess is as soon as like winter kicks in, my guess is like it's going to flare up and people are going to start wearing masks again. That's my guess. So there's a Grogu, squishy Grogu. Pretty squishy. You felt weird not wearing a mask. Always felt weird wearing one. Oh, you can't wear due to... you never felt weird not wearing a mask. I felt weird initially. But, you know, I'm good. I'm vaccinated. I have no problem with masks. I will have no problem wearing masks again. Because I have a feeling it's going to be an again thing. I really genuinely do. Up here in Canada, you're in 3-stage reopening. So far going to stage 1 this Friday. Well, good luck. I wish you luck. We've got a few Canadians who hang out here, including Pez Liz. Yeah, I like wearing the mask for the pollen outside. Well, it depends on what kind of mask you wear. I grew up with that kind of mask, and I'm not under the belief that it helped any, honestly. We should learn from Japan. Yes, when they are sick, they wear masks to prevent others from getting sick. I completely agree. My concern is that around here, people won't. I'll tell you this. Like, I'm getting a flu shot again this year. I've never really gotten a flu shot, but this year I absolutely will. It can't be any worse than what I went through with the COVID-19 vaccine, and that was really hardly anything, a blip on the radar. I got lucky there too, but I know that the next time I do get sick or start feeling, symptomatic, and I do have to go out, I absolutely will be wearing a mask. And there I don't know if stores would stop me because I'm wearing a mask, because it's like this weird thing, right, where if you told me a couple years ago that you would not be able to enter a bank without wearing a mask, what do they do now? Like, you say, well, you have to take off your mask. I'm like, I'm sick, right? Like, I don't want to be breathing on people. I don't know how it's going to play out. It'll be interesting, to say the least, to see how that plays out. I don't know. I got a box on top of this other fun stuff here. Box I'm going to open. This is from Hasbro Toy Shop. They have pretty decent sales on eBay. And so I grabbed a couple of things because I wanted to get a couple of extras. A Tantive 4 set with Rebel Fleet Trooper, and because it was like half off, a Jet Trooper. Don't see too many of these anymore. They never... Did they release? No, they released a Sith Jet Trooper in a 3.75-inch TVC, but not one of these. Not a white, regular old First Order Jet Trooper. But either way, got a Jet Trooper. You carry 2 masks in your bag. I generally have had one. And I've been wearing a Darth Vader one for a while, although I did also have... I haven't seen it. I don't even know where it went. A Baby Yoda mask, too. Where the hell did that go? I don't know if I put it away. But I've been wearing the Vader one pretty much like for the longest time. Like, that's my mask for sure. Well, you prefer to get germs. You have all the germs you want. Krillin64, I prefer not to get germs. That's me. Shrug emoji. Slushy Wolf asks, do you remember the original Star Wars early bird card? I don't. Not as a kid. I know of it. As an adult and a collector, I don't have one. They'd be a little pricey. But, would it be neat to have one day? Sure, why not? But, I'm not sure that's in the cards. Chi-Town Deke says, Chris, I've been working nonstop in business in people's homes. Yes, you can wear a mask in the bank. In fact, you can't enter them without a mask at this time. Yes, Chi-Town Deke, at this time. But what I'm saying is, at what point in the future will that shift, right? Like, when is it now? Is it ever going to be normal to go into a place without feeling sick and not wearing a mask? Meaning, the next time you get sick, if nobody else is wearing masks, do you wear a mask? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I will. But my concern is walking into a store wearing a mask. Is that something they're going to push back on? Is this something that they're going to be like wondering, okay, who's this guy? Or is it going to be normalized to the point where people might know that I'm feeling like I've got the sniffles, I just don't want to be breathing on people? Sick people should wear masks. I hope that carries forward. That's what I'm saying. That's my only hope. And if you have the option and opportunity to wear a mask, and you know you're sick, and you go out in public without wearing a mask, that's irresponsible. That's selfish. Just gonna say it. And don't complain to me about, oh, my freedoms, when you're impinging on other people's freedom to not get sick with you breathing on them. Wear a mask. That's all. I'm not saying don't go out when you're sick. I'm just saying wear a mask. That's all. It's the least you could do. Let me put it this way. I feel bad because I know in the past I've gone out when I was sick. I had to get medicine or something, you know, whatever it was. And I know I was carrying. And there's a good possibility that because of my particulates, you know, exhaling them all over hell and half of Georgia, I could have gotten someone else sick. And I'm pretty confident that I also had coronavirus. And I know that I went out the day after. I mean, I felt so sick, like the muscle aches and everything, and still went out the next day. Or I'm pretty sure I went out. Maybe I rested one day, but then went out the day after. So I was definitely sick. But this is before masks were a thing, right? Like, it wasn't before anybody knew what the hell was going on. It was a thing, right? It was here, certainly in the Seattle area. So I think back and wonder, you know, would I have done it differently? Yes. Would I have gone out? Possibly not. Would I have gone out with wearing a mask for the next 2 weeks? Absolutely. Yes. Unequivocally. Wearing a mask protects you and everyone around you. See, that's the problem, Slushy Wolf. I keep reading it as Sushi Wolf. The problem is that you're really trying to protect people around you, and that's where it gets selfish. Dude, like, if you don't want to wear one, don't. That's fine. But, like, you're sick, and you're breathing on things and people, and if you really don't think that that's not going to spread sickness, I'm not talking about asymptomatic. Like, if you have no idea that you're sick, that doesn't make sense. But if you know, and you still choose to not protect others from you, I didn't realize this was partisan. I didn't realize it was political. But Jesus, when I grew up, germs were friggin' germs. Wearing masks is a civic duty to protect society. You know, their efficacy is not 100%, but I will say this. I went out pretty much every day in 2020. I did go out, and I was cautious, and I kept my hands clean, but I wore a mask, and most people around me wore masks. I did not get sick, and I'm not the only one. There are other people that also have remarked that last year they didn't get sick. And the only thing, it wasn't because we didn't have a pandemic. Masks. Who knew? Respiratory illness could be curbed if you wore a mask. Not because of, like, you know, accidentally inhaling somebody else. It's like if you're breathing, the mask will catch a good portion of what you're exhaling. Ventilation systems have to improve too. And I don't know if the ventilation systems have improved in all the right places, unfortunately. Somebody tell the tellers they don't need to tell anyone about tellers not telling anything to anyone. Wait, the bank tellers? I'm not going to tell them. Not me. You can't be nice to germs. Use bleach to clean. Yeah, well, I'm not going to go that far. I will say that a lot of places have never been cleaner, and I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to unsanitary conditions and non-clean surfaces. I mean, this to me should have been happening all along. Like, there is just a germ fest. I got through a full year without being sick. A full year. I would look forward to not getting sick on the average year. But, you know, it's like clockwork, right? It's going to happen, especially if you have a kid. Hey, Liz.
Paceless gifted a Haze 31 a subscription. Paceless gifted a tier 1 sub to a Haze 31. They have given 137 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you so much, Liz. Really appreciate it. By the way, that is D. Randolph 1976 of the printedsolid.com website. This is Jesse PLA, Brad's Orange Glitter. Thought it'd be a fun one to use, if only because in a drawer full of like Play-Doh, what do you call them? Like objects, right? They really jump out. They really jump out. So it's a good color for this. It's a really good color. Oh, did I show you everything I was going to show you? I think I did. Okay, back to the boring old print. I'm choosing the boring object. The color is more exciting than the object I'm printing. But the object's fun when you're actually able to stamp the Lego minifigure out of the Play-Doh. I mean, honestly, it's a cookie cutter, but like we don't really make cookies around here, so you're back, gonna lurk a bit. Quite all right, that Wolf from Hyrule. You are more than welcome to any night, any day that I'm streaming. You are more than welcome to hang out. Star Wars is not boring. I agree. Star Wars is the cure for boredom. Like if anybody says I'm bored, like is there enough Star Wars in your life? Is there? And usually the answer is no. I'm like, well, you can fix that. Did you see me and E3 are hosting a content with Brad being the judge for the winner? I have missed that, D. Randolph, 1976. David, Dr. Andolph, I missed that. VR is also a good cure. Yeah, but VR gives me motion sickness. VR makes me kind of, gives me a bigger headache than a caffeine headache might give me. Yeah, feel free to pop a link in there, David. I have been watching The Bad Batch, naturally. I will be watching Loki when it kicks up. I'm halfway through Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth's good. If you haven't watched Sweet Tooth, it's good. I'm enjoying it. There's some slow parts. There's some slow moments in these episodes, but they're building to something. Fair, it's not for everyone. Been playing over a year, so I'm used to it. It is Ghostbusters Day. Oh, I should have been printing my Ghostbuster Stormtrooper. I got a freeze? Really? I didn't. Thank you so much, D. Randolph, 1976. If that is your real name. Appreciate those 100 bits. Love the 100 bits. Especially when they were printed in Purple Eater, Jesse PLA. Haven't done a lot of purple stuff. I'm struggling to think like what other purple stuff I could do that's Star Wars related. Jesus Christ. Well, I needed to get my hair cut anyway, so did it shave a little off the top? Did it get any? Seriously, I need to get my hair cut. I'm all about the bits, No rebels. I'm all about the bits, no rebels. I'm all about the bits, no rebels. I'm all about the bits, bits. Vampire purple? I don't know. No, this is it's not really vampire purple. Unless you're talking about a Star Wars vampire. I think they exist. Have I played Squadrons? Asked that wolf from Hyrule. I have. I have a copy. I didn't get into it. I love a good spaceship game, but I'm a button masher. Shut down all the button mashers on the detention level. 3PO, where could he be? It didn't hook me, and I started kind of getting a little motion sick, even though it was on a flat screen. I streamed it. I did stream it last year. Has it been that long? When was Squadrons released? I played it on the Xbox. Oh yeah, thank you, Liz. Give me a second. Was there a? Let me check the I can't talk. Chris, just spit it out. Spit it out. Let me see. Thank you for the clips. Checking the Jedi clip. Ooh! Jawan here. Oh, it's Sioris. Thank you. Thank you for the Utini. Wait a second, is that something not Star Wars on the printer? Deviously Mango. No, it's not Star Wars. But I did showcase some Star Wars stuff that I got. So, there was some Star Wars happening here. Hence the Star Wars haul in the video title. Spudden nailed it. X-Wings FTW. I love the game. Good enough to keep me busy with my pilot skills while managing systems. Oh. That Wolf from Hyrule. October 2nd. Yeah, I thought it was last year, but it's been so long. I don't know. It didn't grab me. It just didn't grab me. DVC Mango says, got late fighting controller programming issues and letting people know their grad picks arrived today. Oh, okay. What did I do? Took Jedi to the park. Did my online meetings. Did my responsibilities for my job. Did some shopping. Really good shopping. Got tofu on sale. Organic tofu for $1.29 pack. So I got 5 packs. Got a really cool new cereal, I think. Potentially for this weekend. Kind of shocked me. I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. Could be a bit of a performative, but you know, you'll understand when we get to the weekend for the cereal. Then what else did I do? I bought something else too. What else did I get? Stuff on sale, like really good prices too. Oh, chocolate syrup for Diana, like for $1 a piece, like organic non-dairy chocolate syrup. That, like, to the point where I'm like, I might want to like put that on something. I just don't know what. Job stabilities, yeah. Jobs. Gotta do them. Gotta do them. That Wolf from Hyrule says, I literally bought a custom X-Wing helmet for the game. Wow, I wanted one anyways, but that was also motivation. Love games like Rogue Squadron, and flying an X-Wing always been one of my dreams. So, I played Rogue Squadron 3D back in the day on my PC, like a 486, I think. No, it was a Pentium. Pentium 2? Played that game all the way through, got gold every level, loved Rogue Squadron 3D. It was a blast. Now, if they, I mean, there's a chance that I might play those types of games again here on Twitch. I always worry because of licensing and audio. Like you play the wrong music and then Twitch comes after you, like YouTube's done. So I'm familiar with Rogue Squadron 3D at least. But, you know, any other kind of game like that, it's not necessarily been my thing. What's up? What? What the hell was that? Seriously, you heard her running in. She came over here, and then she ran out. What? I think she must be playing hide and seek or something and realized this would be a horrible place to hide because I would give her up like that. The X-Wing TIE Fighter games were good too. I didn't get into them. I was that was like mid 90s, late 90s. I was just starting Locker Gnome at the time, and the games just didn't. I mean, as much as I loved Star Wars, and I did, I mean, certainly back then. They just didn't capture me. Video games have never really been my jam. Collectibles, yeah, I'd say I've always been, you know, a fan of. 3D printing, I'm only 3D printing so I can get things that I could otherwise not get, you know. Squadrons has sim elements, not as heavy as XWA that inspired it. Fair enough. Oh, Pezliz says that's what 6-year-olds do. Yeah, apparently. What the hell is going on? By the way, I did open the USB drive from Galaxy's Edge, this cool looking thing that the Resistance can carry data on. I can't use it directly in the printer because it is wide on one side and it hits the power switch. So I'm just gonna get. I've already ordered like I use a USB extension over here to get to the PC, and I'm just gonna use the same thing on the printer too. So I'll still be able to use my Star Wars USB drive to cart data back and forth between the PC and the printer, specifically the models to print. You're gonna lurk and play more games? Oh, fair enough. Wolf from Hyrule, anytime. I'm doing this every night, 6 p.m. Pacific. So plenty of time. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. You have to pardon my my yawning. I don't know if it's the caffeine. It's not because I'm tired though. And I don't think it's because of under-caffeination. Let me check. Can you yawn because of over-caffeination? Too much caffeine can sometimes backfire, causing you to feel more fatigued. So maybe 1.5 is too much. Maybe I need to like... Maybe I just need to... maybe I need to suffer through the headache, take ibuprofen, and just stick with one shot a day. It's so hard to stick with just one shot a day, though. Oh, it's so hard to stick to just one shot. You have no idea how hard it is. But if I do, tomorrow, if I stick to one shot and I start feeling a headache coming on, then I'll take a pill and just and see if I am just as yawny as I am now. I'm sorry. I'm not tired. I think it's backfire. I really do. It's seriously like I'm having a problem with caffeine. You think coffee will cause headaches? Too much can, and not enough can. You've got to get it like right in between. Thank you for the stretch. The only VR that I'd be interested in, yeah, it probably does dehydrate me. I do need water. In fact, I should yell down for some water. Give me a second. I don't need to yell. If they are in the kitchen... Give me a second. Could I get some water, please?
Oh, yeah! You can!
It's a little intercom thing. I made... I made Diana jump. You were like, coffee can't drink as much anymore. It actually puts you to sleep. It messes with my stomach. It hasn't messed with my stomach. I think it's right now. My body's not metabolizing. Drinking Arabica. Oh, I'm so jealous. You should ask Jedi to bring lopping shears. What's lopping shears? Do I want to know what a lopping shear is? Darth Esquire, hey man, what do we have going on here? Well, tonight, I showcased some Star Wars stuff, gave everybody a caffeine update, and I'm 3D printing a Lego minifigure, what would you call it, like a press for like Play-Doh? There's a few models in the set that I downloaded. Let me go ahead and link everybody so that you can get your own if you are so inclined. Oops. Can I? How do I? I'm bringing balance back. No, that's not what I want. Let me view my history. Lego minifigure cookie cutters. Oops. Sorry about that. Did not mean to stop the music, but it happened anyway.
How can you talk in that thing?
There's the cookie cutter.
How can you talk in that thing?
Well, I couldn't yell, and I'm like,
How can you, Dad? How can you, Dad?
huh, there's your pillows.
How can you, like, just, like, speak through it? Like, oh, can I please have a glass of water?
It's super, it shouldn't be loud at all.
No, I mean, maybe I just wasn't expecting it. How come only you have access to it?
I have access to it.
Creeper.
I'm not creeping. I was easier to yell. There's your pillows. And then her can you hand the pillows, Mom? There's a bath towel. Baby Yoda bath. Baby, don't step on those. Can you hand her the bath towel?
Did you already show it?
Yeah. And then the pillows, honey. Can you grab the pillows? Because apparently we need more pillows. They're really soft and really soft and fluffy. They're fluffy pillows. They're very soft. Yep. Yepper. If you know Pooch Repcord, he's one day in a live stream call out one of the kids bring lopping shears, and we're like, WTF? Who calls it lopping shears? Yeah. What is a lopping shear anyway? I don't even know what it is. Walking out is spectacular. Meant to tell you that a while ago. Oh, no worries. It's walking across the 3D printer sheet. Hey, Rule of Two, good to see ya. Today, I got a Jet Trooper. In fact, I can probably open this. And a Tonta V4. I already had one of these to open, and one to keep in the box. But this was on sale on the Hasbro Toy Shop, so I figured I'd get another one, if only to open the figure. I'm going to, since Rule of Two is now here, as well as Darth Esquire, all my other Star Wars folks out there, including that wolf from Hyrule, although I think he's doing chores, or maybe he's playing games now. Not my favorite trooper ever. Like, I can't say that I was like in love with the design, but it's definitely a very aerodynamic design. Like, because it's an aero trooper, right? So you don't want to like have a clunky helmet. So the design actually makes sense for what this particular type of trooper does. Sorry, I'm trying to get the weapon there. They fly now? They fly now. What? I'm playing! Fine. Three, two, one. Lift off! Yeah, 47 years of MTV and only 8 years of music videos. 8? I'm surprised it was that long. Lopping shears are garden clippers. Oh, yes, the really big... That makes sense, because you lop and they are shears. That looks fake. I hate playing. What? What looks fake? What's fake? I'm not fake. You're fake. I pipe! Alright, see, I figured that... I figured that'd make a good clip. Oh, baby, I got a big LEGO SW battle scene coming tonight. Dad's playing with toys. Amen. Are you actually constructing a scene? What are you in the middle of, Darth Esquire? Not even sure what you were in the middle of last night when we did the raid. But it's quite all right. Everyone is getting this, and this is the only... This is the trooper. This is the trooper that I could not... they didn't send two of, unfortunately. This is a Gaming Greats Imperial Rocket Trooper figure, and unfortunately, I only have one right now, so I can't open the other one. I'm really kind of mad. I'm mad about that. Ugh. Probably need to stop into the store tomorrow. Loki does start tomorrow. Very much looking forward to that. Good part of the MCU. The Maku, as I call him. The Maku. The MCU, right? Makes sense to me. People have been really happy with the first 2 episodes. Where's my Loki shirt? Oh, yeah! I should wear my Loki shirt tomorrow, huh? Remind me tomorrow. My Kermit shirt, yeah. No one knew it was friggin' Loki. I still have it, too. It's a very soft shirt. I guess it's styled like Loki in the comics, which I, never got into, never read the comics. You have friends coming over to watch it with you? Why not use the new iOS feature where you can watch things on the phone together? No, don't do that. Yes, I love Kermit the Frog and Elmo. Yes. They need to have a really good... I wish the Muppets would take hold again, but I don't feel like they've had a really good chance to shine in years. Years. The Muppets on ABC was the best thing going for the Muppets, and they killed it. Who would be stupid enough to watch Loki only off their phone? I don't know. I'm just saying there was a whole bunch of new features released yesterday where you could, do things with friends online easily. Wasn't my kind of thing, but... We got about 55 minutes left on this print. Sorry I did not update the Orabesh or the countdown. We're pretty close on the timer, though. Let's go ahead and get it more accurate. The Orabesh updated to... There we go. Orabesh now updated, as well as the countdown. They are coming back, specifically at theme parks. Are they, though? Disney had something a while ago, specifically, Star Wars crossover. I really wish I would have, nabbed as much as I could back then, too. But I didn't. I think the health features Apple's working on are great. Okay. They're iterative. Although, I did just order one of those, I think it's like a $29 smartwatch. It's not nothing, it ain't fancy or anything. But since I don't use an iPhone, an Apple Watch is just kind of uninteresting. Entirely uninteresting to me. Because I don't use an iPhone. And inexplicably, you need one. So... as much as I like what they have to offer, I'm hopeful that we may see a Pixel Watch later this year. If not, I know Samsung and Google are working close together, and I may end up going that route too. So, just to have better health tracking, heart and everything. I'm not so much worried about burning calories. I don't think that's my problem right now. Big fan. I'm not going to disagree with your opinion, but I will just say that's your opinion. Good day, Man Cave Hobbies. Hey, I need to ask you something. Remember that Rainbow Vader? Like, I think I found the model online, and I was trying to shrink it down to like a manageable size. But when I shrank it down, it ended up having issues with the helmet. Like, it was like, I don't know what the hell was going on with it. But the helmet had problems. The biggest benefit and biggest detractor is that if you aren't in the ecosystem, it isn't worth the while. I know, that's what I'm saying. So I haven't worn one in eons. Anything, because I haven't found something that I thought was going to be compelling. Apple Watch can detect a heart attack. Has ECG or EKG? Is it ECG? EKG? May you know what? But the thing is, though, I don't. If I use anything, it would be Google Fit, and not on an iPhone. My question is which model did you use? So that's the thing, is like that I'm waiting later this year to see if there's something that's the equivalent coming out with new Wear OS, because it would be more within my ecosystem. If I have a feeling that if that doesn't happen, I may very well just say, all right, well, I guess I'll use the iPhone because I have to, not as a driver, but specifically to manage the Apple Watch, because that's a thing, stupidly, still, years later. And just monitor, you know, what I can, and let, you know, and track what I can. If only, we'll see what other compelling features the other manufacturers have, if only because of that feature alone. Like, my heart, like, am I having a panic attack or a heart attack? What is going on? It can also detect falls. Yes, so I've learned. I used to have a Rainbow Vader shirt. This is one I got from Pride a long time ago. Oh, nice. Samsung Health app keeps track what I need on my phone. Works for you. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to get stuck in a Samsung ecosystem either. At least Google gives me options. Samsung, no, it's Samsung. So, yeah, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in staying as flexible as I possibly can. And going back to Apple is not looking like it's a viable option. Thank you, Panfred Nudo. Astounding. Unfrozen in near record time. Coming in there. Thank you, CRS, for also attempting to unlock me. And Amish Ace. Shout out to Amish Ace. Even though he froze me. You're okay with never using Apple, never would have touched it, and not work using all Macs. Oh, fair enough, JBEC3D. I wouldn't have a problem using it. It's just... Pulse Ox and EKG can really help eliminate the heart attack if you're having a panic attack. Fair enough. The pulse oximeter, that makes sense. I thought the Amish aren't allowed to use computers. Well, he's an ace, so what are you going to do? Yeah, Panfred Nudo, this is a like a Play-Doh, or it's actually a cookie mold, but I'm just going to give it to Jedi to use like like light impressions. We got Tuscans in here, or just another Amish ace. Lol, no idea. 2 years ago. Oh, fair enough, Man Cave Hobbies. Fair enough. Hello, Oliver. Good to see you again. Thank you for following T. Mariucci. Welcome to the Play Shop. Happy to have you here. And by the way, thank you for following Razden a couple of minutes ago. Totally missed that shout out. I apologize. So Buff Vader tomorrow. I looked at it. I don't know. The Buff Vader, show me the page for it, the download for the Buff Vader, because it looks kind of funny. The issue looks that it would require a lot of supports under the chin, though. And I think the helmet's just a little out of scale, but I have to take a deeper look at it before I know I want to print it. Oh, cool. I feel like that'd make for a huge cookie. Yeah, well, this would... If you made it larger, you could make it a big cookie. You could. This is... I mean, it's designed... This is specifically designed to make an impression in dough to basically bake, right? In dough. Play-Doh tends to be a bit sticky, so I'm not sure how well this one's going to work. As long as it's a light impression. We'll see. Like where you can make the light impression and then use a knife to cut out the rest. Put your finger next to the cookie cutter. Oh, it is definitely smaller than it looks. This is... How many millimeters? Give me a second. Let me... Now you're gonna make me pull out the measurements. Moon sand. Yeah, it could work for like something like moon sand. This is approximately... I'll give you the exact measurements. Well, 90? No. 90 millimeters? No. 80. So it's about 83 millimeters tall, 53 millimeters wide. So 83 millimeters tall. I'm sorry, 83. Yeah, 83 millimeters. Or 8 centimeters. So it's 8 centimeters. Look at Chris using the metrics. You have to use the metric system. When it comes to 3D printing, you have no choice. And hey, good to see you, old curmudgeon 3DP. Give it to us in freedom units. Oh God, Mark. Don't. Don't! Moved to it this year, fair enough. Because the rest of the world uses metric. I'll never forget. What the hell went on? It was some war. And the French didn't want to play along, so everything we changed. Like people were like saying now they're called freedom fries, like not French fries. Like I don't even know what we call now. They're just fries, but I don't know. Ever since then, like I'll just call them freedom fries, but out of a sense of irony. Like it's just a stupid thing. Nothing says freedom like clogging your arteries with potato oil. The U.S. is a metric country. It is. It can be. We go back and forth. Chris say, "Dough!" Merca. Remember in high school when we were moved to the metric system in the next 10 years? I barely remember that. Fries are from Belgium anyway. Well, it's close to France, so... Freedom fries taste better than the French version. St. Olaf, I didn't want to say anything, you know, because I don't want to, like, start a conspiracy theory, but I kind of disagree with that. What? You think French fries taste better than freedom fries? How unpatriotic! Forgive me. What is my penance? Have 3 Bud Lights. Chris is anti-American. Yes. Very clearly I am anti-American. Well, since you are younger, I guess you were to be in the group. I was supposed to... I mean, I didn't understand it. I understand it now, but, like, it didn't make any sense because everything was in miles or inches. I wish we could eliminate it. I really do. But there are people who are just going to cling to it. I'm like, come on. I wish... If there's one thing I could wish that could bring us all together, it's under the metric system. Seriously, like, where everything goes centigrade, in meters, in millimeters, and we just eliminate inches. Eliminate them. Done. Done. Alright, what are we going with for light there, Liz? But officer, I wasn't speeding. I was driving in kilometers per hour. Color purple. Bloop, 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 bloop. It is purpled. It has been purpled. Except when they try to do the metric time, that doesn't make any sense. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Chris is from England. He's really undercover. I'm undercover. I'm eating my fish and chips down at the pub. It's a horrible British accent. I prefer fractions. Who eats 0.345 of a pizza? I do, dude. I totally do. Rail system in miles, that is, sorry. Well, yeah. That's old school. Fahrenheit is more granular and therefore better. I was looking at Google News today, and you can flip the temperature between Celsius or centigrade and Fahrenheit and Kelvin. Google allows you to change the temperature to Kelvin. You want to talk about scientific? Kelvin. He didn't mispronounce calor like he usually does. Who? WTH, you sound like you're from down under. Lol. WTH, you sound like you're from down under. Oh. I would like more fish and chips. The Queen demands it. I don't know. Brilliant. Give me another pint, and I'll probably be better. Use Fahrenheit for only cooking. Okay. You've been on a roller coaster called Fahrenheit? Oh, interesting. I said context is important. You can literally remove CF from temperature and would just work. Obviously not mixing them, but F is for humans, C is for science, K is for chemists. I don't know. I mean, Fahrenheit makes sense because freezing is 0. And then 100 degrees, that's kind of like, well, that's not obviously boiling, but like, it does seem way more granular for temperature. But scientifically speaking, no, C has 0 as freezing. Really? C has 0 as not negative 32? Or 32, I should say. God, now I'm messed up. Oh, forget it. And I'm not a math guy. I'm messed up. Never trust me when it comes to numbers. Or science. Or math. This is why I don't want to replace my PTFE tube on my own. This is why I'd be gravely concerned. This is why I'm sticking to these types of prints until I can get it addressed. Fixed. I feel like I would need tape on my glasses to tell temperature in Kelvin. No, just go to Google News. Say, hey, what's the temperature in Kelvin? It is 212 degrees Kelvin. Ooh. Hang on. There's going to be a... Hasbro Pulse is going to have an I Am Your Father's Day live stream. That's funny. Celsius is definitely superior. Well, we'll just see about that. Yeah, I am definitely... It's when people say it's not rocket science, like, no, you don't understand. I'm not good with numbers. At all. Like, do not trust me with numbers. I'm begging you, do not trust me with numbers. I'm warning you. Use Celsius for computers? That's what I'm saying. You have to use the metric system when it comes to 3D printers. It's just, I mean, everything's in the metric system. It's the only reason why this is even a conversation. Did metric go to the moon? Asking for a friend. I don't know. Did the Russians get to the moon? They didn't get to the moon. China's going to the moon. We got to the moon. But did we use imperial units or the metric system? I don't know. C is good for PCs and printers, nothing else. I disagree. C is also good for cookies. Old curmudgeon, you have failed this test. Weather Gone Wild asks, am I sick? I lost a lot of hair. What the hell are you talking about? You were just here the other day and I haven't got my hair cut, Weather Gone Wild. Did you install a new filter on your screen? Yeah, supposed to announce new Black Series tomorrow, 4 archives, and 6 for the regular line. Oh, really? Cool. Is that the Father's Day thing? Is that what I was just reading? Hey, Chris, did I take a look at WWDC? Oliver, I did take a look, and let me go ahead and summarize my thoughts. I'm going to give everything that I processed. Here's what I thought. I don't want to repeat myself, okay? Here's what I thought of WWDC. Did I finish my thought? I think I did. Okay, that's it. I said everything I wanted to say. Cineoop rating with a party of 3.
Up 76 rated my stream with 3 viewers.
Welcome back, Cineoop. I opened a Jet Trooper. He's like, look how he's holding his gun. It's because he was falling over as I was trying to get him to stand up. Which figures did you open? I saw something in your Discord server, something about a mall. So were you opening some Darth Maul stuff? This one I got on sale for $10 on the Hasbro Toy Shop online. So, yay! Now I can army build. Still not I wish they... I know some people love the 6-inch scale. It's just not... It's never going to be my scale, ever. It's never going to be my scale. Although, Super 7 had a teaser out today, like coming up in July 21st or something like that. There's going to be a G.I. Joe announcement from Super 7. And I'm like, what? Really? So I'm like, I am hoping, because they released a Transformers 5 POA. I'm hoping they will also release a G.I. Joe 5 POA series. Like, I know some people are like, no, G.I. Joe super articulate. No, you don't understand. Getting a G.I. Joe 5 POA line would be absolutely amazing. Amazing. It would be so awesome. Oh, you opened Kylo Ren, Death Trooper, and ended up opening the Falcon from the Solo movie. Oh, the small one, the model? I got one of those on, Five Below, I think? FiveBelow.com? Yeah. So. Yeah, I noticed I got charged for that, too. Liz just sent me a link. Ashley Eckstein has got her Vader Mickey head thing is shipping. Or it should be shipping, because I pre-ordered it. So. Why is everything sound and video related going Dolby, like Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos? I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. Don't know. Don't care. You got another gaming great Scout Trooper and Purge Trooper today at GameStop. Oh, wow, yeah. I have not seen those in my GameStop yet. I need Hollywood N3D. I'm still looking for a second Jump Trooper, I think, because they only sent me one, and I was looking for 2. I have not seen the 3 3/4 inch ones yet either, so maybe I need to be stopping into GameStop every day just to see if they have them. G.I. Joe is a definite 5-inch from them. Be awesome. But here's the thing. I don't think that Super 7 will release like a 6-inch series line, like an Ultimates, because Hasbro's kind of already doing that. So it doesn't make any sense. There'd be too much of a crossover. Yes, Airwolf 28, I am printing a cookie cutter and or like Play-Doh mold of sorts, and there were a few of these that came in the download, so I'm probably going to be printing a couple of them for Jedi to have fun with with Play-Doh when she plays with Play-Doh again. You're looking at new phone cases. Which company brand do you recommend for durability? I don't know. They're all the same. Seriously, find one that you like. Find one at a decent price. You're good. Everyone's got... It's like, you know... It's like trying to recommend a coffee. It comes down to taste, right? So, I have no allegiance or alliance with any one of those companies, so Give what you want. Hell, I could probably even say that you could check out my Amazon link, but no one ever uses my Amazon link, so there's no point in doing that either. Thank you for following, CLX Legend. Welcome to the Play Shop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are all more than welcome. Although I can't tell because Twitch has seemingly nerfed stats right now, so I can't tell what's going on, but that's okay. Hayes31 asks, do I still collect a lot of minifigures? I do. I don't have any on my wish list anymore. I don't really get them off of eBay. If I were to get individual minifigures, it'd probably be on a Bricklink or Brick Owl, I think, is the website that Amashase was mentioning a while ago. But what's my Amazon link? Does it give you a discount? No, it would just be a referral link. And I don't have any specific recommendation. I don't even know if I have an immediate referral link on hand. I don't even think I have the referral link listed on the my profile page. I probably should do that. I probably need to do that. Not that anybody ever looks at the profile page. It's easier to ask in chat. And see, even when I do a bang wish list, it doesn't matter. That's just a regular Amazon link. It's not even an affiliate link. I kind of gave up on affiliate programming eons ago. It just didn't make any sense. Didn't add up. Yeah, honestly, beyond sets, I have not sought out individual minifigures independent of sets. They'd just be kind of pricey, but it just depends, right? It just depends. At the Star Wars Cantina. Oh, Liz, what's that? Hang on, where'd you get those mice? Where'd you get those? Do they still make them? Liz? I don't have that Darth Vader. I don't have that Princess Leia mouse either. I think it was a Petco or something, maybe. Where'd you get those? Petco. Oh, yeah, see, I don't... Now Chewy is carrying the license, not Petco, unfortunately. Chris, explain your profile to us. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of crap that no one ever reads, so... Sure, after me making affiliate links for years. They still convert, somewhat. Just not, in droves. The world changed. You should 3D print a Star Wars cookie cutter. I think I kind of have before. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to do the Lego, if only because I haven't done a Lego set in a bit. I'm waiting for... Iskra was apparently attacking Vader. Good to know. In case you were wondering, the exploits of Liz's cat. That's exactly what was happening. Your print you're doing right now is 5.5 hours into a 25-hour print. Wow, that's a big one. Another, is it a helmet? Because I'm, I usually just stick to the small stuff. Man, this thing, okay, I'm definitely gonna have to, mute my phone. It is now muted. It's, plinging with all the sounds. I'm glad Haley had mentioned about being dehydrated with caffeine, because that reminded me, I found that after I've had my shot of caffeine, right, my espresso shot, I mean, I let it, sink in or whatever, but I find that it gets a little better when I drink water. So maybe it's just the case where I do need more water. No, it's a building from Mos Eisley. Really? A 24-hour... What model, Ceniup? Which one? Because I've seen some buildings and they got taken down, but if you've got a good little Mos Eisley spaceport thing, That'd be pretty cool. I mean, the printer I've found has been mostly accurate in terms of time. What print though? Where is it? Like what model are you looking at, Senia? It would be brutal if something messes up during that long of a print. Yeah, I haven't been hit too hard by a lot of that, but it can get bad. How much is the 3D printer? CLX, this one would have been around $350, $400. It's a review unit, but that's what it would have been, which is a bargain because it works. I mean, I need to do a little modification on it because I've got to replace the PTFE tube, but seemingly, but it works, and it works well. Little muss or fuss. You didn't keep the original? No. But, like, where did you download it from, Senia? That's what I'm asking. You can actually edit G-code to make your printer say it'll take 5 hours. It can really print in 5 minutes. Yeah, well, I'm never going to do that. Why would you do that? That would just be annoying as hell. By the way, there's a new Mission Fleet Series set of figures coming out. It's the Bad Batch, but it's a Bad Batch 4-pack, and I don't see Tech in it, so I don't know where Tech is. So Tech might actually be coming with, if they release a larger vehicle, the Marauder, possibly. Thingiverse? Well, where on Thingiverse? Because everything I try to find on Tatooine building, let me see if I can find it. I was just saying the printer doesn't estimate the time it takes. Mine has done a fair job with it. Okay, let's see. Moss Eisley. Did I spell it right? Was that Future of the Clown? Or was that someone else? It was. How did I didn't even have to look. And I knew who it was. That's how Fucho announces his arrival. Oh, interesting. Mos Eisley Tower and Speeder. Sand Trooper. Oh, look at that. They've got like a cantina bar thing. Oh, that's kind of fun. Wait. Copper wires for pipes. Huh. I may have to, like, explore this. They've got... Do it. I will. I promise. I will. Tatooine huts. These look like they'd be fine for resin, but would require supports for FDM. Well, maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna save the Mos Eisley search, because there's some interesting stuff here. Like button panels and what have you, archways, homesteads, moisture evaporators, doors. docking bays. Granted, these are for, a lot of them are for models. But what the hell is that? A fusion generator tank? Maybe it's the hut? I couldn't tell you. I don't know what you're doing. Fair enough. A. Hayes, thanks for being here. See you next time. There's another one of these that I wanted to do. This one's cookie, and then there's a cookie. I don't know what filled is, but that looks exactly the same. Outline? It's not as interesting. Outline supported. That takes 57 minutes. And then there's a stamp. The stamp is the next one I wanted to do. Yeah, that's the next one I want to do. I'm just building a collection for her. Printing a collection, right? Because you just can't buy this kind of stuff. I mean, it's possible it could be bought if it was made. Tell me you didn't break. It didn't break. Always nerve-wracking. Anytime you hear it click, it's like, why did it click? Is this food-safe plastic for using on dough? It should be. But I'm not... This will be primarily for Play-Doh. Messing around with Play-Doh. Not necessarily food. So there should be fine. It was built for cookies, though, naturally. And there are two other items. There's the outline that I want to do, and then it's like a stamp of sorts. Both for Play-Doh. Okay, everyone, bedtime for you. Fair enough, Man Cave Hobbies. Thank you for being here. Oh, you're going to Stonehenge? It's nice. Maybe make the bottom solid for ice? It wouldn't work well. They make silicone molds for that, though. Those work well. Like, because then you can bend and pop the ice cube out. It's looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Kind of surprises me it's going to take another 20 minutes or so. What Lego dude is this? Just a regular old minifigure. Standard minifigure. That brings up a point of contention somewhat. I watch, as you know, the Lego Masters show, and I enjoy it. It's a good show. It's a fun show. And I, unfortunately, had seen the like a spoiler, effectively, that the official like the account tweeted out, because I follow him, that kind of pisses me off. And here's why. Because it won't even air here until 8 p.m. So it won't even air for another 25 minutes. So I saw that before I started the stream. So I effectively got spoiled by the official account because they're not broadcasting on the East Coast the same way as they're broadcasting on the West Coast. It's just inconsiderate. I mean, I understand they're trying to get velocity around the announcement and everything, but the problem is if you don't live on the quote-unquote right coast, if you don't live in the right part of the world, it's not going to happen. Future of the Clown's hoping for a hype train. I don't know. Came close to it earlier. Came this close. Came within like a mouse fart of it happening. That close. Well, I should upload the mouse fart sound effect, huh? At Murph, gonna have a normal sized benchy on a sign that says free benchy. When they try to take it, it'll be glued down. Then I'll hand them a mini benchy.
Paceless just gifted 1 subs.
Nice. Liz, thank you for the sub. And who played the wet fart? Oh, of course. That would be Future the Clown. Dropping the wet farts in here. Is it gonna be a big benchy then? Is that what's gonna happen? I see. That's funny. You know, I wonder though, would anybody have had? I mean, like I'd imagine everybody there would have had a benchy. How loud is a mouse fart? Oh, it's like this. Like that. No, that was it. That's my impression. Thank you for following, Okabe ZS. Oh, free kids are there for the swag. They'll take anything free. Fair enough. I believe it. Because as a kid, I probably would have done the same dang thing. Oh, no. Tech is in a walker. Okay. You think a mouse fart would be a squeak? Like that? Wicket. Pixie would always drop farts silently. Like, you knew Pixie did it. Oh, man. They were rank. But Wicket, I remember, like, one time he's, like, just sitting there, and you just hear him go, like that. That was his fart. That was it. Pixie farts were deadly. Pixie defined the silent but deadly genre. Oh, Future the Clown coming in and spamming up the bits. We got a plingathon happening. You're gonna stack it, aren't you? Liz notes we need one more person to create a hype train. That is true. I thought it was gonna happen earlier, but it didn't get triggered. Triggered! It has to be 3 unique people. Yes. Everyone needs to be unique. You can't be some other person. It won't happen that way. Don't even try to be some other person. Well, there we go. Fix Him Dude did it. And I got a freeze? Great. Hang on. I got to do the freeze first. Alright, now it's unfrozen. I'm going to go ahead and go get Emperor Perillotine. Oh, let's turn off Caruso Slicer first. And toggle the hype train. Give me a second.
Paceless just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you very much. You, Liz, Pez Liz. Was that you who gifted the sub? I am Emperor Perillotine, and I'm here to tell you that if we get to a level 5 hype train, then I will drop this silly accent. I will be vanquished, and everyone here gets, let's say, all right, let's just say, because it may be a slow-going night. How about 5 million? Shall we say 5 million now that the train has left the station? Yes? Yes. And now the train has made it to a level 2 with 5 million Perillo popcorn on the line. I'm not going to walk on Lego bricks. That only happens if we do 2 level 5 hype trains in a single evening. Do you understand? Nod your head yes if you understand. Yes? You do? Fair enough. All y'all are pling in the chat. Fix him dude with 10. Fix him dude with 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, it just keeps going on. So it's a lot of 10 bits. Way to break it down there, Fix 'em, dude. It's funny, y'all. You just want to pling everything, don't you? You see it, pling, pling, pling. You keep it going, you may just pling out the whole stream. The stream may very well be dominated by your plinging. You and your pathetic friends. We're now in a level 3. Thanks to all the plinging from Future the Clown, Fix 'em Dude, and Pez Liz. Ethan's dad 3D, just resubscribed for 1 month at tier 3! That makes 3 tier 3 subs. Ethan's dad 3D can use the very exclusive emotes. I believe the Prusa Mini is a tier 3 emote. Tech TV and Call for Help, I think, are also tier 3 emotes. Very exclusive. Very exclusive. Future the Clown with all those 10 bits. And Pez Liz. Oh, hang on, Liz. You accidentally cheered 11 bits. Right there. I think you meant to stick with 10. 11's going to throw me off. I'm a little discombobulated. And yes, that's a word. It's a good word. I feel it's a good word. Look at that. Ethan's dad 3D taking advantage of his emote. That emote. I need more tier 3 emotes. Don't I? I probably need a whole reinvention of the emotes. Possibly. I look like Death. I'm less like Emperor Palpatine and more like Death, right? Okay, there. Now you can see my face. Now I'm more Sith. Yes? I smell like Sith. Yes, I look like Sith as well. We are 46% the way through. About 3 minutes left to go. On a level 3 hype train. Chugga 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 chug. 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 Why do I keep forgetting that I'm literally wearing the uniform of Emperor Palpatine? I keep forgetting to use my Sith voice. I also have forgotten to shave. This is probably something that I'm going to want to do over the next day or so, give or take. Fix him, dude. Cheering all those 10 bits. And Liz, oh, she popped in again with 11 and then 12. And then, on top of that, Fix him, dude with a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Pez Liz with a 13. Ethan's dad with a 42, meaning of life. Good Monty Python movie, indeed. Liz with the 13 bits. Me with the scratchy voice. The Emperor needs to be careful that he doesn't strain his voice. That would not be good. Uh-oh.
Ethan's dad 3D just resubscribed for 3 months.
What?
I was gonna see if Dad was here, but
No, he's not. Your dad is not here. I am Ray's grandfather. Not your dad. We've got a minute left to go, and we are pretty much, despite the cat in the computer, a minute left to go at 50. Careful, honey. Yeah, just be careful. A minute left to go, 54%. Yes, thank you. I know. 55, not quite there. 51%. Yeah, I think the popcorn's not happening. That's kind of.
It's happening.
What do you mean it's happening?
Mommy's gonna make the popcorn for you.
Okay, fair enough. But I don't think I can smell popcorn on your breath. Yeah, I could smell it. It was wafting here in the whole hood thing. Thank you very much for helping try to make this happen. The hype train.
Have a beard or a mustache?
I do, and I need to show you. But it looks like we are petering out at 87% at level 3. Valiant attempt, everyone. Thank you very much for helping make this happen. But, wait. Hang on. Fixum Dude may have saved it. I don't know. Did Fixum Dude at the last second sweep in? Because it was literally... hang on, wait. It was literally over. It was over. Level 3 is now complete. Yeah, no. Keep the hood on. Yes, thank you, cat, for hissing in my computer.
Can I see it?
Yes, I'm right here. I know. Hello, Popcorn Breath. That's your nickname. That's your Star Wars name. Popcorn Breath. All right, level 4 is complete. Thanks in large part to Future the Clown with all those 10 bits, like a cavalcade of 10 bits. Fixum Dude for making this happen because he gave out 5 Tier 1 community sub gifts. And Pez Liz for giving out 1 Tier 1 community sub gift. So that's outstanding. But here we are in the bottom, the base level of level 5. Now we are about this far away. This far? For everybody here.
Stay on target.
I'm trying to stay on target.
I'm Daddy.
Okay, what does Daddy sound like to you? What does Daddy do?
Ace has just gifted 1 subs.
I don't do that. Well, I do that, yes. What else? Nothing? That's it? That's all I do?
I wear hoodies every day.
Sioris, thank you for playing Stay on Target. Liz playing those cats. Ethan's dad
Some dude
3D
just gifted 5 subs.
cheering 42 bits with a look at all those stacks. It's just a plingathon here. 9% the way through a level 5. 3.5 minutes left to go. 3.5. For the hype train to see if we get through a level 5. And then I get vanquished. Careful. No, let's not ruin the illusion.
My dad is here.
No, I'm Emperor Perilotine.
Look.
Yes, Emperor Palpatine is very, very white.
I gotta have more cowbell.
That's not white.
I know it's not white.
It's not here. That's not white. This is white. This is the kind of white.
Okay, well, I'm whiter than that, I think. I feel I am. And I know you want more cowbell. Lord knows we need more cowbell around here. Easy. Take it easy. Thank you. 15%, 17% with that cat, and 2.5 minutes left to go. Hang on, baby. No. Thank you. This is trash. Careful, please. Thank you. How the hell did Emperor Palpatine ever have 1 child? Huh? No, just keep it there.
It's a trap.
It is a trap. 21% the way through with 2 minutes left to go. Thank you very much. 22%. What?
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take off.
Okay, thank you very much.
I like my dad.
I do, because I channel your dad. I'm not your dad, though. And while we do the hype train, we try to keep this on. Thank you, baby. No, thank you. Jedi, baby. Thank you for leaving it be. It's very uncomfortable as it is. Hang on, honey. Jedi, baby. Hang on. I have to keep covered up. Uh-oh, better watch out. We got a Tusken Raider here. With a minute left to go, we are sitting at 44% on a level 5. It's the hardest level. You really need new people to, like, participate. Thank you, Tech Dungeon, for subscribing for 1 month at tier 1. Emperor, make Jedi join the dark side. I've tried over and over again. But unfortunately, she's already dark. She is darker than me in terms of the side. I wear the dark robes, therefore I'm the dark one, right? Yes? 34 seconds left to go at 46%. Not bad. Not bad. I'm bad. I'm evil, as a matter of fact.
It's a trap!
Now, my underwear is a little on the dark side. What? You great joke. Well, I've got a good... It's not a joke, but Iris
Tech
Amelia,
Dungeon
thank you
just
for gifting...
subscribed.
Joke. I got a Star Wars joke.
One moment. Thank you, Iris Amelia, for gifting that sub. It is good to see you. Let's get a shout-out for Iris Amelia. Pez says that has to be worth 4 million. No, I promised 5 million, Liz. What are you trying to take away 1 million from everybody?
You should like her.
Hang on.
You should like that.
Shout out, add point. No, it's fine. I said 5 million.
You should like that she's like skinny. Remember Palpatine likes skinny.
Oh, yes, I see you removing points. Good job, evil Liz. Yes, alright. Everyone gets 5 million points. Everyone. Just like that. Wait, I just shouted out add points because I'm an idiot. Add points on... What did I shout out? There we go. No more 3, cheering 100.
Iris Amelia just gifted 1 sub.
And thank you for that. Let me make sure thank you, Paisley, for making sure she got the shout out. No more 3. Thank you for capping off this level 5, complete level 5 hype train is now complete. Thank you very much to everyone for participating. All y'all who are here, thank them for you getting 5 million Perillo popcorn. The hype train is now ending. I am going to be vanquished. Watch out. I need to melt away. I'm melting away. No, that's not how melting happens. Easy, easy. I know I'm melting. I'm melting into the floor.
Joke.
Ow! You remember I had a twisted leg? You remember?
You do not have a twisted leg.
I did.
No, you don't.
I do.
Oh, I don't think you
I
do. Jen, I'm
I
more than
do.
confident you
I
don't.
do.
Really? Because this is why you're
I
grinning
do.
through it?
Baby, tell
I
the
don't
joke.
think so.
Oh,
got a
I
joke.
have a joke.
Okay.
It's a Star Wars joke.
Okay.
What do you call Emperor Palpatine when he's using the Force? A windblower. Because when you do the Force, it's like it crushes back.
Okay, Jen, I will tell you, your explanation was funnier.
Did you make it up?
Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
got an Eddie joke.
Oh, great.
What do you call Darth Vader when he's a Sith?
Sith head.
What?
No. A Sith Samantha. What do you call Luke on Hoth?
What?
A snowmaker.
Did you make this in the popcorn machine?
Mm-hmm.
Air popper?
Mhm.
Air popper.
Mhm.
Why does that taste salty?
I put salt in it first. And
Okay.
then I did the
I'm not complaining.
Does it taste good?
Yeah, no, I'm like, it's great. I
What?
worried. I didn't
Okay,
want the extraneous
what?
calories.
I did
Call
salt.
Yoda when he's using the Force.
What?
Actually, I got this one. What do you call Darth Vader when he eats an M&M?
What?
A Darth M. Get it? Because he was eating M&Ms and he's Darth M&M. Darth M&M because look.
I know.
What do you call R2-D2 after he's been programmed?
I don't know. What?
Droid maker.
What? All right, this came out.
Can I see?
Yeah. I gotta clean off the thread here.
Hello, my name is Lego Poopy Butt. My name is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. My name is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
All right, baby. I need that seat.
I just got on here.
I know, honey, but I need it. Honey,
But you always need this seat.
I am, honey, gonna give you the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I need it. Thank you very much.
Can I have a little bit?
Give me a moment, because I have to hang on, sweetie. Not right now, because I've got to move around a bit. There's that. And there's that.
Not very comfy.
Stamp. Okay. Thank you. There we go. This is what I wanted to do. Okay. Printing that. All right. Now. Getting this other thing going. Let's go ahead and flip back to that. It'll get interesting in a second, as soon as we get going. Wow, look at all that. Future the Clown just gave all the popcorn to Liz. Oh, that's a lot of responsibility. With great popcorn comes great responsibility, Liz. Oh, my real name is Lego Poopy Butt? Great. Just what I needed. Go for Chambers says, hey Chris, just got Disney Plus, ready to watch The Mandalorian? Yes. But I need to watch any Star Wars episodes to understand The Mandalorian? No. Just start watching it. Just enjoy it. You may not understand every reference, but you'll enjoy the show. Mandalorian is a great way of bringing you into the galaxy, in my humble opinion. But you gotta let me know how it goes. Is this making a liar out of me? Oh, there we go. I'm like, waiting for it to go. And it wasn't going. I'm like, why isn't it going? Why is it not going? Cool, watching it tonight. Awesome. You will enjoy it. That's a command. You will. I kind of wish I hadn't seen it so I can enjoy it all over again. Brand new. But, you know, I've got Loki coming.
Fucko the Clown gifted Go 4 Chambers a subscription. Fucko the Clown gifted a tier 1 sub to Go 4 Chambers. They have given 20 gift subs in the channel.
Mr. Clown just likes gifting subs so that everyone can hear his name. He's now had his name pronounced perfectly. How many times? 20 times in this channel. Oh, Clown. You. The reviews for Loki have been amazing. Yeah, that's what I've seen. The first 2 episodes, rock solid. She's got a hard F. Oh, very hard. It's extremely hard. It's so hard. What's his name? Fucho? No problem, go for Chambers. He probably did it because you said that you're going to watch The Mandalorian. It's a good reason to gift a sub. $5 million Perillo popcorn. Honestly, I didn't think we could do a hype train. Y'all impressed me. Most impressive. I still need to work on my Palpatine accent. You think it's a good reason now? Wait until you see the show. And just like Ethan's Dad 3D says, it's great. So, here's what's interesting. I printed this, and for one reason or another, I'm seeing none of the layer line issues with this filament compared to other filament. So I mean, like, none of the issues with this orange. So it kind of makes me want to print that baby Rancor in this orange. I kind of want to try it. Just to see how it turns out. I don't know, maybe is it a filament thing that I'm having a problem with? I'm not eating spicy popcorn again. Just Nooch. Wait, that was you? Wait, what was me? What was me? It's possible it was me. In the robe? Oh, no, it wasn't. No, you're right. It wasn't. I'm just saying I need to, practice for the school play. Yeah, that's a ticket. It's a school play. I need to practice for that. Because we got to play, and I play Palpatine. Why would I wear a robe here? It's kind of hot and uncomfortable, and then I'd start sweating, and that's not fun. I kind of want to try the Rancor, because not a single issue with this. I don't see the issue. Am I having issues with the filament then? Huh. Bizarre. Now I kind of want to try it in another thing with a different temperature. Curious. Yep, the Book of Boba Fett has finished filming. That is true. Trying to think of what else I've done that's shown that anomaly. according to Pablo, in an interview he just did with Ewan McGregor, no, they haven't even started filming. Season 3, at least. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what we can expect next year for Star Wars. Book of Boba Fett may be it for a while. Could I do... What could I test? What could I test? Yeah? Maybe that power converter. Maybe I'm going to try that power converter in this filament. See how it turns out. You heard someone major was leaving the show? Yeah, Gina Carano got kicked out. So yeah, we're not going to see Gina Carano in there again. Her storyline is finished anyway. Yeah, but then they're going to spin up Rangers of the New Republic around her. Which, I still say, they could bring Harrison Dula to life. And they should. They could salvage that. Why not bring Harrison Dula into the picture? Hera would be perfect lead. A perfect lead for that. Oh, man. That would be astounding. Could you imagine a Harrison Dula show? Mabel Waddles, totally agree with you. More Space Mom. There we go. I mean, she deserves it. Don't you agree, Sith Lord Britt? Harrison Dula needs her own show. And shout out to Sith Lord Britt. If you're not following her, you need to. Need. As in, you need Star Wars collectibles in your life. You need Star Wars in your life. You also need Sith Lord Britt in your life. Just like you need Lego in your life. I am curious to know how this is going to turn out. We are doing well. Just completed a level 5 hype train. Gave 5 million Perillo popcorn to people. I'm wondering if I can reprint one of these. They drop it everywhere. Builder's Marks power converter. Specifically in orange. To see if it turns out different. Because it just seems that this filament... I don't know, maybe it's the temperature I did it at. Or I've been doing it at. I don't know. Sounds like I'm going to have to reprint it twice. Yeah. No doubt about that. Add that to the chat. I can do that. Give me a moment. Bloop. Since Lord Brit made the chest plate for Predator, I'm going to use the same pattern for her Mando armor. Very nice. Nomi 3, it looks like a cookie because it's actually a cookie stamp. So it's almost like a reverse version of this, the cookie cutter, which we're going to use here as like for Play-Doh. Just very soft Play-Doh impression, like bloop, and then pop it out, and then it's like a minifigure. This is like a stamp, so you can impress the Play-Doh. And I love impressing Play-Doh. And trust me, I know how to impress Play-Doh. Takes a lot to impress Play-Doh. And I totally impress Play-Doh. What's another thing I printed that was off? Because now I'm wondering if I could do it again in this filament, or redo it with these filament temperature properties to see if it turns out any better. Now you want warm cookies? Oh. You might have some on hand, just stick them in the microwave. There you go, warm cookies. Unfortunately, I can't help you there. Just kind of, it's like a BYOP here. Bring your own popcorn. Liz has cookie dough in the freezer. We don't have cookie dough. You can fly me in. Yeah, I'm the type of person that just does not want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Hence me using the Nespresso for the espresso shots. I'm pretty tasty. At least the cups that I've had so far. Iris is now promising Cuban food. I don't know if it was Cuban. It was, it was a sandwich in New York at a Cuban restaurant. What was it called? It was so good. I remember what it have on it. I can't eat it anymore, but it had like meat. I don't want to say like a dill pickle. No, it wasn't a median noche. Pan con lechon, no. Cookie dough would last a few hours with Diana. Oh, no, it would last minutes. Diana is plied very well with snacks, thank you very much. Is it a Cuban sandwich? That may have been it. It may have just been called a Cuban sandwich. No, but I swear it was called something. Very good, though. It wasn't a Frita. It was just a regular sandwich. I remember it had a dill pickle in it. We were in New York, and I was like, oh, there's a Cuban restaurant. Let's go there. Ham, pork, Swiss cheese pickle. Yeah. I think that might have been it. It's been years, though, dude. Cuban sandwich. So it was a Cuban sandwich then. Okay. That was it, and it was a Cuban. It was delicious. It was really good. Pressed? I don't remember it being pressed. I don't remember much about the details. I just remember being impressed. Although, my favorite place that we went to, I've gone to New York. I've been to New York a few times. And, I remember on one trip going to, like a diner. Just like a regular old diner. It was good. Yeah, it's a hole in the wall. Wonder what joint I went to? Can't tell ya. I remember getting a pastrami at Jerry's Famous Deli. Was that the name of it? No. It was known for pastrami sandwiches. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. It was delicious. Gotta tell ya. May have been Katz's Deli. If I missed a meat sandwich, I'd say a pastrami on rye. Oh. There's no vegan equivalent. It may have been Katz's. I remember maybe it was Katz's. Back, you talking about my hood? Yeah. I was saying, we just started talking about New York. I remember food in New York. I remember being very excited to buy a hot dog from a street vendor. Because I'm an idiot. There's vegan pastrami. It has to be eaten fresh at the source. Oh. Where's a vegan pastrami? Every Twitch stream we've been in just morphs into food hour. Pretty much. Food is something we can have in common. It's about the cookie. I would need to find a restaurant that served it. Don't hate those dirty water dogs. I don't, Engine Nerd. That's what I'm saying. I was just excited. I'm like, what? I'm eating street meat. Have it here. Some please. I just don't. I don't go to a lot of vegan places. I probably could. Carnegie Deli shut down. They were quiet about it. Cat's still open. They'll mail you a lot anywhere in the U.S. Wow. Well, I can't do that now, but maybe I'd need to look into a local vegan option. Because that sounds good. It's so long. Maybe it was Carnegie Deli. I don't know if I'd ever need food mailed to me. Like that, at least. Seattle's got some good options. I just haven't... I don't go out to eat a lot. Or we don't go out to eat a lot. Just, it gets expensive. And, you know, finding a good one can be a bit of a challenge. But there are good vegan options in Seattle. Unfortunately, you can't just walk into a sandwich shop. There are a couple of bagel places, though. They'll serve vegan cream cheese with the bagels, which is amazing. You have so much good vegan food. Yeah, we're not quite there. We're mostly there. Seattle's got good options, though. Tofuti, yes. I love bagels. I don't eat a lot of bread, though. Or at least I don't make a habit out of it. Your mother sent you a pizza overnight? Wow. Yes, Dewey, 1984. This is going to be a Lego Dude stamp. Lego minifigure stamp. To complement the Lego minifigure mold for Play-Doh. At least that's how we're going to use it around here. This popcorn doesn't fluff up as much. They're out of magic mushroom right now, so it's kind of like a holdover. You wish you liked popcorn? Yeah. Careful what you wish for. Can't say I've always been addicted to it. I mean, it's good. It's a fun snack. I enjoy it immensely. And unfortunately, even though Coda 120 is not here, I don't have any supports tonight. Kelsey Cody, wife of the owner of Pink Gorilla, orders some Middle Eastern dish that's vegetarian and it's huge. Don't remember what it was. It's near the store. She can never finish it. Wow. You're impressed on my saber chopstick skills with popcorn? I've been practicing like every day. See, what I'm saying about the models, and here let me flip. Not that I think this is gonna matter, but I gotta show Krusty this. So, like, I've had certain layer issues lately, and that's kind of prompted me to possibly do the PTFE replacement. But then I see this cookie cutter, and there are no issues with the layers, specifically the horizontal layers. So I don't know why, but I may need to do a bit more experimentation. So let me get a picture off to Krusty here. Whoop. It's gonna make no sense. Why am I getting hot all of a sudden? Like, why? Seriously, I'm starting to sweat. Why? Why am I starting to sweat? He's got hot flashes. He needs more estrogen. Yeah. That's what I need. More estrogen. I can get that on Amazon, can't I? Now I got popcorn holes. You need to remove another load of benchies from the Saturn. Fair enough. I will be here. Or I should be here. I'm just trying to figure out if it was the setting I used for the Brad's Orange Glitter that made it such that it wasn't as problematic. Or maybe I just need... Krusty's suggesting I need to print another one. Give me a second. Come on, get in focus. Ah, come on. This does not want to get in focus. Dang it. I don't like this, but anyway. Thank you for following Morty K. Welcome to the Play Shop. I am printing, and a more interesting view is the thing that I am printing. Hey, I was gonna say no rush.
Just try your default settings.
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting because I think it's just, I have to look at it again to verify, but I thought it was just 0.2 mm layer height. I mean, I noticed the cone around his eyes is a little lumpy, you know, where his eyes are jutting up.
Right.
It's a little bump. That's I've seen that issue before. But everything else, like the exterior is just, it's clean as hell.
Yeah, it didn't look bad. I mean, a little stringy, but
yeah.
I mean, short answer is that you still need to do some maintenance on that thing.
Yeah.
You know, you've been running it every day since February.
Yeah.
But it could be the filament. The white filaments. White filaments are going to show your imperfections more than other filaments.
Yeah.
And I was explaining this to Hollywood 3D the other day, I think. Because of the amount of pigment that goes in there to make white, it's going to show imperfections. So there's actually a lot of calibration tests out there that are designed to specifically use a certain brand, you know, brand and type white, where there's documented photos and stuff for comparison, you know, against that white, so that you can take and compare your results, you know, again with that white filament against that white filament. But the ivories are, the ivories aren't quite as bad, you know, as some of the others, but the ivories are getting up there as far as you know, because of the amount of coloring again.
Yeah.
That goes into them.
It was just, you know, I saw it and it was just really curious, right? Like, I'm like,
yeah.
Huh. Okay. So I was even inclined to run. I was inclined to do a couple things. I was inclined to run the instead of doing another minifigure with the other filament, the default settings. I was inclined to do the Builder's Marks power converter in the orange, Brad's Orange Glitter, just to see, because it was egregious, right? It was the more obvious case that there was something off, just to see how it handled. And then go ahead.
Well, usually what I do is I will run test cubes basically.
Right.
Just a small, quick 20 millimeter by 20 millimeter cube in different filaments because they print in 20-30 minutes, and it has motion and on all four axes, so you can see if there's a problem in the X or the Y or the Z, or if you're getting under extrusion, over extrusion, or squish, and it prints quickly. So, but that may be something that you may want to do is to print yourself a couple of reference cubes. If you have any Prusament left in the stash somewhere, or even just a small sample, they don't take a lot to print. But you may want to run a couple of test cubes, set them on the shelf, set it aside somewhere, so you have that available to run, or to compare against when you run a new filament.
Right. Yeah, that's the because I'm looking at it, and I mean the Brad's Orange Glitter. I mean it almost printed like Prusament.
Yeah, the Brad's Orange. When you started having some problems with that initially, and Bwana was having a few issues, I ordered a roll because I wanted to see if it was something in the settings or the printer, and see if I could dial it in. And I'm just going off memory right now, but I believe default Prusament settings, just bumping the temperature to 225, bumping the temperature up to 225 seemed to be about the most stable.
Well, and that's what that's the setting I use. So that's why I was curious to know if I should use the same Brad's Orange Glitter setting with another printed solid filament color.
You can try it. If they don't have the glitter or the other additives, you can play with your temperatures, because 5 degrees up or down off of a baseline, right, is going to make a huge difference. If it's hotter, the filament's going to be more wet, more runny. So you'll see. How do I say this? As it puts it out, it's going to kind of to ooze off the sides, if you will.
Yeah.
Pouring a glass of water on a table, and it rolls.
And that's
off the sides.
Yeah, and so that's I'm even tempted to try the power converter with the Prusament setting versus and not to say that there was that much of a difference in temperature, like in terms of slicing,
right,
when I used one setting over the other.
Yeah, the default Prusament settings for Dave's filament and the formula that he uses, for most of them, as long as they don't have the glitter in them, if they're just a plain plain color, most of them you can probably get away with that 215 to 220 range that I think is where the default Prusament settings are at.
Yeah, 215, 225.
Yeah. If anything, you can try bumping that down to say as low as 205.
Right.
One thing that you can do, and again, this is where it's kind of useful on a cube, is you can start it off at say the lower temperature. So you slice it at say 205 or so, and then every quarter of inch as it grows up, just by eye, every quarter inch you can tweak the temperature on the LCD up say 5 degrees. When it hits that point, you can tweak it up by 5 degrees, and manually, you know what I mean?
Right.
You could do it in the slicer, but manually you could just say, okay, I just started at say 200, I went to 205, 210, 215, and you'll see the different changes and be able to determine. There's actually a print called a temperature tower, which most people do. I don't do them a lot anymore, but most people will print a temperature tower as the first thing they print with a new spool of filament. And you'll do the same sort of thing. The temperature tower will tell you what's giving you the best extrusion. It'll also tell you what's giving you the best bridging. And it's a quick print. You just slice it. In fact, you can slice it one time and just save it, for every type of PLA.
Yeah, I may want to do that. I think that's probably something I want to try here.
Yeah, it's a quick print. Takes 15-20 minutes or so, I think, and it literally looks like a ladder.
Right.
except for at each rung of the ladder, then it bumps the temperature up, by 5 degrees, and you look at it and say, okay, this is where it looked best, and then you go back and plug that into your preset.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That makes the most amount of sense for me to look at, because it would give me a more accurate, instead of like I said, it shocks me that the Brad's orange glitter turned out, I mean, in my estimation, damn near perfect.
Right.
I mean, all things considered.
Sure. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's good that it did. It's a popular filament. Excuse me.
Yeah, but I mean,
Sorry.
the only thing that would have been different was the profile, the temperatures. Right. So I think I'm otherwise I think I've just been using Prusament PLA as the as an export.
And generically, that's going to be your best settings.
Right.
I mean, the only time we ever go back to the defaults with the generic is if we have a really, like an oddball filament, like not to pick on them per se, but like the cheaper imported filaments that you buy off Amazon for
right.
$15-20
yeah.
a roll.
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of factory or quality went into those, so I mean, you could try them at the Prusament settings, but using the generics with those a lot of times will be a little bit safer, if you will, for your machine.
Right.
Less chance of damaging something.
Well, and I prefer to stay safe.
Undamaged.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're using I can't say the word, reputable.
Which I have been. I have been. Like, it's either Prusament or Printed Solid or
the Filament One.
Filament One.
Yep. You'll actually like the color Filament One that I'm using right now, though I don't know if they discontinued it or not. It is it's almost like an army green matte PLA.
Yeah.
It's very similar to the colors that you would see at Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, cool.
I see. Are we on audio only or video?
Audio.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture later.
Okay, cool.
But it's if they still make it, this is one you might want to try. The matte colors are really cool.
Well, that's the problem. Is I'm not backlogged, but I got like every color known to man.
Yeah, no, I get you. I've got over 120 spools here.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, I actually had to cancel my monthly subscription box.
Yeah.
Because I don't have anywhere
right.
left to put.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
So, but anyway, I'll let you get back to your stream.
Cool.
My hands were full, so it's easier to talk.
Yeah. Let me know about that tower, because I think I want to try to print with a couple of these to see how things go.
Yep, I'll see if I can do that. If nothing else, I'll get you the link.
Yeah, of course. Well,
I think you still. I mean, if slicing it, I could walk you through how to insert the temperature changes at the different heights.
I know how to do.
Slicer.
I know how to do. I can probably look it up. I know how to do the color change, but that's it. That's the only one.
It's a little bit different than the color change, but it's very similar.
Yeah, I bet.
It's not hard. But yeah, I'm sure there's information online about it too.
Yeah.
But I'll shoot you the model as soon as I can.
Okay, it's fine.
I just got a package in from Prague, which I basically have to rip apart a machine, get all of these beta parts into, and get a feedback report over to them by this weekend.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. Meanwhile, I'm on site out at the. I think I sent you a picture of where I'm.
Yeah, where you are. Yeah.
So, I had a great playlist out there though. For testing the audio, I had Jesus Jones.
Oh yeah, Jesus Jones.
Ministry, Jesus Built My Hot Rod. We had the church going. We had the cult. She Sells Sanctuary. All appropriate songs for that environment.
Naturally.
Yep. Anyway, all right. I'll let you go.
Cool. Thanks.
I'll try
Appreciate
to
it.
pop by the stream if I get my hands.
Yeah, no worries, dude. No worries. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So thank you, Krusty. I sent him a picture to because like I'm just kind of baffled as to why this turned out perfect and the other one's not so much. So it just takes figuring it out. It's one of the reasons why I'm trying to stick with just one color at a time, right? Dial it in, get it going, and then print with that color. You lost all your tokens, Krillin. What? How'd you lose all your tokens? Okay. Thank you for following Guel Codes. Guel Codes? You have to correct me if I am wrong. And why is my bitrate dead? Like, my bitrate is, like, in the toilet. Why? Hey, Morty K. You say, love your stuff, saw your videos back when you were a kid. Yes, but now I'm pretty much done with YouTube. I live on Twitch. Touche Slapper. I'm not going to promise any... If I catch it... My recommendation is don't do that. That's my recommendation. Good night, said Lord Britt. Take care. Pay my ISP bill, yeah. I tell you what, my energy... I got an email. They say, oh, your energy bill is going to be 31% higher. I'm like, what? It's already been higher, so... This stream is killing me. This stream is killing me. Do we have any, let me check something here. Checking clips. Throwback, what's this? Oh, Morty. This is Jedi's jokes. Jedi. Wait. Oh, no. What the heck? Give me a second. Oh. Jedi has jokes. Alright, this is done. A cool tiny bit. There's one more of these that I want to do. Yeah, see, even this didn't have any problems with the layers on the side at all. It's just really bizarre. Woo! Let it cool a tiny bit. Who do I have to thank? The Force is with you. The Force is with you. Thank you for following. And yes, now the Force is with me now that you're following. You've come to the right place. Star Wars darn near every day here. Well, pretty much. Okay, let's face it. It's every day. Like, I know that, like, brick streamers are popular on Twitch. Like, why is there not Star Wars streamers? Why can't we be a thing? Why can't we be a thing? Although the people who like the Star Wars streams tend to be, the gamers, and I'm not a gamer. That's my problem. This turned out well. Both of them turned out well. One more to print a naked, if you will, a naked minifigure. Give me a second. Oh, there's Krusty. Speak of the devil. Yes, I'm the devil. My name's Krusty. I am going to slice. That's how the French say it. Slice. They don't slice. They slice. I don't know what they do. A outline. But why does it say outline and then outline supported? Makes no sense. Outline supported. There's literally no difference. Oh, there is. I see. One has got a bar. Yeah, I think I like that idea. It'll probably keep it shaped more. Which one should I do? Cookie outline. I think I like the cookie outline idea better. Theoretically, I'll keep it shaped. Okay, so let's export this. 0.2 mm quality. Slicing the last Lego minifigure. As soon as is it gonna go? Oh, there we go. Exporting the G code. The G code has been exported successfully. I put the suck in success. This is going to be a 53-minute print, but so I don't know if it's going to finish before the show wraps, but it'll finish before I wrap because I don't wrap. You didn't even know I was still making Star Wars content? Yep, every day on Twitch. Where you been? The Force is with you. Come on! How could you not know? Like in Twitter, like Star Wars dominates my feed. Even Star Wars Radar I now run. And that I tweet out through that. Although I think the memes work best for Star Wars Radar. I'm not really a Star Wars, a memer. And I don't want to like take without credit, that kind of thing. I don't like doing that, at least. Slice in French is trancher. Trancher. Got it. Oh, you're asking? Wait. Let me get this straight. I sit here and say, I pretty much do Star Wars content every day, talking about Star Wars, showing Star Wars stuff, printing Star Wars stuff, usually. And then you ask me about WWDC? For real? Really? Like, not, hey, Chris, what was the last action figure you got? Well, it's the Jet Trooper. Got it for $9 or $10 on eBay, on the Hasbro Toy Shop. It was like half off. Or like, hey, Chris, what's a recent Star Wars item that you 3D printed? Oh, that would be the Arabesh Scrabble tiles. The Scrabble tiles with Arabesh. But no, you asked me about WWDC? What? Okay. Just for you. I don't do this very often. I mean, sometimes, like, during live streams, I do repeat myself, but and let me give you a closer look at these tiles here, too, by the way. The Arabesh tiles. Because these are really these turned out really cool. I basically 3D print something different every day. Or, I'm 3D printing every day. Most of the things that I 3D print are Star Wars related. Today I'm doing these Lego cutout cookie cutter things for when Jedi's playing with Play-Doh. Okay, so I'm going to give you my honest review, my thoughts, my impressions of WWDC this year. Ready? Don't really want to repeat myself again. Here I go. WWDC. I'm going to lay it out for you. This is exactly what I feel about WWDC this year. My feelings. Did it work? Am I good? I shared it. That's... I've said it all. I've said everything I want to say about WWDC this year. I'm good. So, there you go. Oh, and I got a freeze? Did you freeze me right in the middle of a snooze? Liz! Well, that did it. Thank you, Liz. And I'm sorry. I thought it was you who froze me. You don't really freeze me, though. It's deviously mango. Next time I see a mango, I'm not going to eat it. I'm just going to pick it up, smash it on the ground. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Don't you try, Mr. Deviously Mango, to glare at Liz. I got your number. All right, so, The Force is with you was going to ask other tech questions. Well, what questions are you going to ask? Ask the questions. I can't promise I got a perfect answer for you, but I'll answer the questions. You may not like the answer to the questions, but I'll still answer them. And by the way, yes, I will answer tech questions. So that's the outcome. Chris will answer tech questions. So the prediction has now been completed. You had 30 seconds to answer that. He was upset at your salad today? Well, I'd be upset at your salad too, Liz. I don't even know what's going on, and I'm upset at your salad. Oh my god. There's still people commenting. There's still commenting Chanix Bro on YouTube, my god. Yeah, what's up? Okay, cool. Those are alcohol wipes.
Why are you?
Well, because I need to wipe. I was wiping off the printer bed. So. Is iPad OS still bad on 120 hertz? Do you not care about tech as much as you used to? What changed? That's a kind of a loaded list of questions, but yeah.
There's a new season of Bluey.
Is there?
2.
Oh, Bluey 2 on Disney
season
Plus.
2.
On
Yeah.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's also season 1.
Yeah.
I think soon there's gonna be season 3.
Well, we can watch Bluey together. Bluey's a fun show.
Yeah.
I like Bluey.
That's how I learned Dunny.
Dunny, yes,
that's
these
the bathroom-
words.
That's a bathroom word.
It's a bathroom word, the dunny, apparently.
Dunny.
Great.
Dunny. Wait,
Ah,
what's that twisty thing?
that was the stream quality.
That was a measure.
No, it is a measurement of like how fast the stream is going, whether or not I'm hitting my mark at like 6,000 kbps bitrate.
I wonder where Emperor Palpatine is.
I don't know. He only comes out for hype trains.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess too.
Bye.
See ya.
No, that's the big bugs. Bye.
I'm not going to bed, you nerd. I love Apple, everything they do, and can't sleep the night before WWDC because I am so excited. Hope that was worth your points, man. So, is iPad OS still bad on 120 hertz? The answer is yes. It is. It's bad. It still suffers from jank, sloppiness, inconsistencies, and a lack of being pro. It's the same old story as it was years ago. The lack of spit and polish. Apple just does not sweat those details anymore like they used to. That has not changed. I will tell you that iPad OS is better on 120 hertz or on a ProMotion display than it is 60 FPS or a 60 hertz display. Night and day difference. Like, absolutely through and through, no doubt about it. But it still suffers. And there's no better way of explaining just how much iOS has lost its fit and finish than trying to rearrange apps on the springboard. Just try to do it. Like, try to rearrange them and watch them, like, glitch out and disappear and move and jank, like, when you try to put them in a folder or move them out. It's just, it's a piss poor experience that has gone on for years, and Apple doesn't care. They don't. They're selling iPads. That's all I care about. They don't care that they lost software quality control. So, is it better? Sure. It is. But the software is the biggest problem, not the hardware. It's never been interesting for me. The hardware is just not interesting. Never in my entire life has hardware been interesting. It's about the software experience that the hardware provides. So, they can't get the software right. It is what it is. So, there's the answer to your question. That answer to your question. That particular question. Do I not care about tech as much as I used to? Well, I mean, I use it. I don't understand why I should care more about it. I mean, it's just like everything else. When it works, but yeah, it's fine. It's ample. I don't know. But I was never a hardware guy. Remember, I was a software guy. I know there's revisionist history going around on the internet claiming that I was a gadget guy or a hardware guy, and I'm not. I never have been, ever. It's always been about software to me. And honest, being brutally honest, I struggle with seeing, like, platform level imperfections almost across the board. Whether it's iOS, whether it's Google's version of Android on the Pixel, whether it's iPad OS, whether it's Watch OS, whether it's Windows for sure. Windows is at least Microsoft's starting to get its act together. Like, I'll give Microsoft credit for that. That has me interested more than anything. Microsoft basically said, "Yeah, we need to fix this now." And so that's what the Sun Valley updates purported to be. So June 24th should be very interesting. Very interesting. I want to know how far they're going to go. I want to know, not just with this first release, but specifically how far they'll go. Like, is this just a one-time and then done, or where are they going with this? Are they going to really clean this up? Is Windows going to look good again? Is it going to be consistent again? I want to know that answer, right? Because right now, the only OS that doesn't annoy the hell out of me is Mac OS. It's the only one that doesn't. But I still have to use Android or iOS. I don't have a choice in the matter, right? Like, could you live without a smartphone? No, you couldn't. Like, those are your choices. It's black or white. Choose your poison. Pick your death by 1,000 cuts. So, yeah. You want to know why things change? It's because of, like, I'm not Apple's cheerleader. I don't work for Apple PR. I don't work for Google PR. I don't work for Microsoft PR. I'm not in the business. Like, if anything, like, my role is in marketing, and that's specifically in relation to community and social at Intel, right? Specifically with Intel graphics right now. And that's what I do. And that's I'm fine with that. But, like, in terms of being a mouthpiece for other companies that make products for me, if I'm not impressed with those products, I don't owe it to them to pretend to be impressed at all. Why would I want to swim in anger all the time? Why would I want to just be angry at things all the time? Why? Why would I just want to be frustrated with things all the time? Why would I just want to settle all the time? Why? That's the answer to your question. He's probably already bailed by now after Jedi was up here. Didn't think I'd answer the question, I'm sure. Oh, there he is. Thank you for answering. No more tech question. You can ask a tech question, and I'm going to answer it, but I'm going to answer it honestly. I'm going to give you what I think. I'm going to tell you what I think. Some people like that. Other people don't. What I learned is most people are looking for me to validate their opinions more so than me giving them my opinions. Because I have opinions, and I'm not afraid to share them. And I will say, these are my opinions. These are my perspectives. These are the things that I believe in. These are the things that I understand. But I can just tell you, I was just done with the idea. I was tilting at windmills. I'm like, this software is not going to change. They don't understand how to execute quality anymore. And I'm talking specifically Apple, and I'm talking specifically software, and I'm talking specifically Microsoft, and I'm talking specifically software. Polish! Google's kind of getting the ball going, but even in the recent builds of Android, they've seemingly cut corners on design. I know the big Android 12 launch, ooh, we improved this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, have you? Really? Because the first beta already shows the same issues as you've had in the last 2 revisions of the software. Samsung does a better job with the Android experience than Google does right now. And I don't like Samsung's experience. I think it's cluttered. I think it's a bunch of bloatware. I think it's garbage that they pile on top of decent hardware. You know, like, pick your poison. That's what it boils down to. Why would I want to swim and revel in picking poisons all day long? I'd rather revel in things that I enjoy. So, if you ask why, that's why. I would rather talk about things that I enjoy. I would rather talk about things that I appreciate for what they are. Like a Star Wars figure that doesn't change. It is perfect the way it is, right? I'm good. This is awesome. I can look at it, it'll always be awesome. That's why. I use technology, just like everybody else, but it's nothing more than a screwdriver. It's a tool. I don't have an emotional attachment to tools. I'm not a hardware guy. I like my 3D printer. Hell, I'd say I love my 3D printer. Not because of it, but because of what it does, right? 3D printing Star Wars objects is awesome. I love that. So, again, I don't love the tech. I love what it does. You get me? So I never fit in. That's my problem, is I never fit in. Chrome is still the same, 3 versions, all the same things. Yeah, Microsoft is doing some interesting stuff with Edge, I feel. I like where they're going with Edge. I'm not sure about Edge on Mac OS right now, but I like that they're beefing up Chromium. They're providing an experience for it that I would have wanted to have. And Safari, unfortunately, in newer generations, it seems to suffer from performance issues. Maybe that'll be fixed later this year with the new release of Mac OS. Shrug emoji. I don't know. I'm not gonna when it comes to Apple and performance improvements, I'm not gonna hold my breath. I don't think newer hardware would necessarily improve it either. I could be wrong. But yeah, like I said, pick your poison. I live in a cross-platform world. And here's the thing. I'm using Windows, iPad OS, Mac OS. I've got an Android device at my side. The PC, my Windows PC, powered by an Intel processor. Yeah. And our integrated graphics are in there as well. That powers the stream. An iPad is the camera that's pointed down at the printer. I got an iPhone on the other side, an older iPhone, the iPhone 8 Plus, or that I haven't really used all that often, but it acts as a zoom-in camera when I'm working on the desk to show the stream. I'm using a Mac to interface with chat or to see chat. I mean, I'm using I'm literally using every possible viable consumer platform, pretty much at this moment. Not everybody does that. Not everybody, would I want to do that? Is that my preference? No, it's not. It's not my preference. I would rather be in one ecosystem, but I've learned that there are dangers in being in one ecosystem. There are immense dangers in doing that. What Lego fig number is this? This is 3. The first one had parts inside. This one's empty, the one that's printing now. And the second one is a stamp. So it's just something to leave an impression. So it's a series of 3. Personal opinion, Apple's makes excellent hardware, but has really suffered software-wise, especially of late. I don't disagree. Google hardware is second-rate, but decent at software. Yeah. I'd say second-rate hardware, yes. Decent at software, I don't understand what they're doing right now. Seriously, like with the Pixel, like they've dorked up navigation, and there's no telling whether or not that's going to be improved, and I don't think it will be, because it hasn't been for the past few revisions, and I'm talking specifically about task switching. Like task switching, like when you swipe up. Let me show you. Oh. You grab my Pixel. That, for whatever it's worth, Google did repair for free. Hey there, how you doing, Mine37388? Good to see you. The M1 is amazing. Okay, if you say so. Sure. I will just say that I'm very happy to be powering the stream on an Intel PC. For a few different on Windows for a few different reasons. I'm not taking away from the technical prowess of what M1 is doing for Apple. But again, hardware without software doesn't make any sense. And that's the story that the iPad is. Even with, now we can have bigger widgets on the springboard? Okay. Okay. Not my story to tell. I don't work for Apple PR. So let me see if I can explain this to you. The problem is they've got the way they implemented the nav bar at the bottom. Let me go ahead. Let me open up a couple apps here. Google News, Calculator, Chrome. Yeah, Chrome's a good example. Where's another one I can... Files? Yeah, let's go Files. Okay, that's a good example. Weather's another good example. Wait, not there. We don't want to do that one. Give me a second. Where's... How did... Where's my weather? Do I not have... Oh, swipe to access Google app. There we go. Swipe to access Google app. Where's the weather? First of all, juddery scrolling. This is a 90 hertz screen, admittedly, but juddery scrolling on the Pixel 4 XL. On my Samsung, granted, it's faster, but no scrolling perf at all. Where's... Okay, so let me try to find the weather here. Let's just do a search for weather. Weather. Bloop. 10 days. Okay, so the nav bar at the bottom, it's not the floating turd that they have on iOS and iPad OS. It's different. So like you can see, like there's a... Dang it. Oh, whoa. There's a... As I swipe up, the nav area, which is gray here at the bottom, because that's how the app was built, Chrome, it's also in the task switcher, it shows up like that in there as well. In weather, same issue. And then, like here, there's a black bar area. You swipe up, the black bar is still there at the bottom, though the nav bar disappears. But in an app like Google News, it's cleaner. When you swipe up, the nav bar kind of sticks in place and then it disappears and goes back to the bottom. So like it's a very glitchy way of effectively managing how would you say it, in between apps, like the nav switcher, right? Your app switcher. It's not very clean, and I don't know if it's going to get addressed. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but the Force is with you. I understand that, but Star Wars is one thing that doesn't upset me. So I'd rather stick with things that don't upset me. And I disagree with you on the whole YouTube thing. I think YouTube's dead for me. Because even when I did talk about the things allegedly other people wanted me to talk about, everyone ignored what I did because YouTube sucks. Thank you for following, Phaeton Dude and Kevin Doles. Or is it Dulles? You let me know. Moreover, I'm not a YouTuber. I suck at YouTube. On Twitch, I love it. Because I can interact with people, emotes and points and raffles and all that stuff. Wow, Kevin, jumping right in with 2
Kelvin
feet.
Jules just subscribed.
Thank you so much for using this month's Prime. It's the second one. Dulles. Fair enough. I was guessing. Give me credit for that. YouTube's a fad. Give it another year. No, I disagree with that. YouTube's going to be around. I'm just a bad YouTuber. I'm not a video editor guy. I'm a live streamer. And maybe when YouTube takes live streaming seriously, I'd work it back into my workflow. Until then, I'm sticking with Twitch. And I'm doing it every day. Every night. And you know what? It works. I'm happier on Twitch than I ever was on YouTube. YouTube's a stress ball. Am I going to make the algorithm? Is the algorithm going to screw me? Are people going to see my notifications? What's going on? I got to do exactly what they want me to do. Otherwise, everything blows up. I want to be myself. I want to talk about a variety of things. I want to do a lot of things. And just be me. That's why Twitch works. That's exactly why YouTube doesn't. What the hell? Leave me alone. Sorry, I was talking to somebody else. Not you. Thank you, Amish Ace, for that Tusken Raider. A good shout out. If we didn't shout you out earlier, I apologize. Shout out to Amish Ace. Everyone give him a follow. Fellow fan o Lego. Lover of many things like Star Wars. Amish Ace asked, "Do you see your message about the Vader Buddha?" I already have one. Mucky Chris made it. I got a Mucky Chris original. So I'm good there. I am good on the Buddha front. Thank you, though. I thank you. You never know. You never know. Did the Jedi's got jokes not go? Oh, it didn't go. I thought it went. There we go. Okay, Jedi got jokes. Jedi brought jokes. Can't see him find a good buff Vader file. Well, that one that was it you who sent it? It looked good. I'm not sure though. It may need an inordinate amount of supports underneath the chin, and I think maybe if the head was a little bigger for proportions. Yeah, you could slap a Vader head onto darn near anything, and I'd probably print it. That was a screenshot, not sure where it came from. I thought I saw it the other day. Maybe I'm wrong. Was I ever in Indiana Jones? Yes. Did I see the leak set photo for number 5? I think James Mangold is going to give us something special. You know, I grew up with Indy, right? The first Indiana Jones movie I saw in the theater was Temple of Doom, and I liked it. It was okay. I can't remember if I was allowed to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark before seeing Temple of Doom, and I might have been old enough, like 5th grade or something like that. I enjoyed Temple of Doom. I think I liked Raiders of the Lost Ark more, and I definitely liked Last Crusade. Last Crusade was probably my favorite of the 3 in the original trilogy. I didn't mind Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was fascinating. I thought it was very, supernatural, and the occult, and a perfect Indiana Jones stuff. I liked it. I liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I think Last Crusade has a certain place in my heart. I really enjoyed that one. I would probably say, I'm not going to rank them, that it wouldn't take much for me to be happy with a new Indiana Jones. It really wouldn't. Like, just make it good. Let me lose myself. And that's what Crystal Skull did. I mean, some people are like, come on, ancient aliens, ancient astronauts, this is stupid. I'm like, it's an interesting theory. It's fascinating. It's like, it's supernatural. I love that. That's part of what made Indiana Jones so awesome. Not that he was, like, real. It was adventure. I loved it. I loved it. It's one of the reasons why Raya and the Last Dragon hit all the right chords for me. Raya was a good movie. If you liked Indiana Jones, I think you'd like Raya and the Last Dragon, if you have not seen it yet. Indy was too comic bookish for me. Seemed a little dorky. Yeah, it was perfect. I loved it. In fact, I didn't catch all of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, but I watched a bulk of them and enjoyed it in the days of VCRs. There are a few missteps in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but I enjoyed it more than most. I seem to enjoy it. It didn't bother me. I don't know. Some people are like, come on, he gets, it's a nuclear attack and he gets launched out with the refrigerator. I'm like, it's a movie. Like, it's a movie. 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 I tend not to get tied into those. Like, even Star Wars. Like, there are plot holes and issues and inconsistencies. I'm like, it's a movie. Or it's a show. Just sit back and enjoy the frickin' ride. Sit back and enjoy it. That's what I'm saying. The fridge part was like, whoa, how's he going to get out of this? Oh, refrigerator. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It was great. Thank you, Iris Amelia. Appreciate that gifted sub earlier. Really appreciate that support. Thank you very, very much. By the way, speaking of shows that I'm in the middle of watching, I'm watching Sweet Tooth. So I'm going to be popping off here to continue that adventure. It's great. If you got Netflix, I think Sweet Tooth's worth a watch. My question is, oh, look, Billy Mitchell is on Twitch. He is someone we will never raid. I do not trust that Billy Mitchell. Nope. No, I don't. No, I don't. What do we have? Who do we have to raid here, people? Who should we raid? Any new peoples to raid? Buana's playing a game. Mr. Yeti's playing Super Punch-Out. Sid Heresy. He's doing soldering. Do y'all want to watch Sid go soldering? He's not dancing around. Zach is building again. Set to build. Has got a lug parts haul. So set to build's going. We did just raid him. Panfred Noodle, we also just raided him. Yoko is playing Jedi Fallen Order. We just raided last night Darth Esquire. Have not really heard back from that Y-Wing guy. So, I'm inclined to say a Sid Heresy. Did we raid... Hang on, did we raid Mr. Yeti? I don't think we did. I want to raid him during a Nintendo game, though. I'm thinking Sid Heresy. Sid's building synth modules. Billy Mitchell, is that the ShamWow guy? No, he's like the guy who cheated the top scores, Twin Galaxies top scores. There's a whole King of Kong. Watch the King of Kong. Wasn't that it? King of Kong? Was that the name of it? The documentary? Billy Mitchell is a total skeeve. People seem to forget they jump out of a plane with only a water raft in Temple of Doom. I know, dude. Tell me about it. It's supernatural. I missed Lego Masters. Yeah, but that's what the DVR is for, dude. Buana's playing a game. I'd rather raid Buana when he's interacting. I'd rather raid someone who's interacting and doing something, right? Possibly, yeah. So that's why I'm thinking Sid. Because we just did no, not Sid the Science Kid. Sid Heresy.
Sid Heresy.
Mm-hmm. Sid Heresy. Okay, it takes two to make a thing go right. If the French Prince starts a fight, okay. I don't know where that came from, Saldu Pop, but you do you. You'll follow the raid, then head to Sharp Balloons. Fair enough, RC Maniac. Everyone's free to go their own directions, naturally. Oh, shoot, your comment got behind. What comment?
Shoot.
You'd say a la Quinn, but she's not doing fam-friendly art. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's probably better to do family-friendly stuff. Beautiful watercolor piece. What, Kevin? Give me your comment, Kevin, pretty quick, because we're about to raid.
Who are you raiding?
Sid Heresy.
Sid Heresy.
Mm-hmm. Careful, honey. Oops. That's what happens, Liz. Kevin says, I just said you were a big part of your teenage back in 2007. Really happy to find you here. Kevin Dulles, I'm here every night, 6 p.m. Pacific. Speaking of, I will be back tomorrow. Hope to see you new followers then. If not, every night, 6 p.m., including The Force is with you. We can talk Indiana Jones or Star Wars or tech.
I'll be back too tomorrow.
Oh, and Jedi will be back tomorrow as well. So there you go. You get a 2 for 1.
2 for 1. 2 for 1.
So yeah, the Twitch app stopped sending you notifications. Did we raid Uber Superfly? It's possible, but he also showed up in chat. Again, I kind of lean on those kind of people, and then he's doing. I'd rather go from a chatting stream to another chatting stream. An interactive stream to another interactive stream, rather than dump you onto a game, and they're not really necessarily interacting because they're paying more attention to the game. You feel me? So I tend to re-raid people who show up again. I tend to re-raid people who are interactive. I tend to re-raid people who are fun and doing interesting creative things. I tend to re-raid, so there's certain qualifications that I have mentally, because otherwise it's just it doesn't. And that's why I'm always looking for a new raid target. So if you have a new raid target to recommend, please recommend it. Yeah, no Uber Superfly. I'm just letting you know, right? Like, I'm not, like, no one's blacklisted or anything like that. Okay, here we go. We're gonna raid Sid Heresy. Oops. Sid Heresy. Starting the raid. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm gonna leave you to your own devices, and may the Force be with you always. Go ahead and get those Perillo Raider emotes ready.
Yeah.
Perillo Raider emotes are set. They're good to go right there.
Why were you doing like
What?
that?
I don't know. So I've got the Raider copied to the clipboard. Keep making those raid target recommendations, everybody. I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, right here, geeking out about one thing or another. I have no idea what it's going to be. I don't know what I'm going to be printing. I don't know. So I'm still looking for those kind of recommendations as well. It's possibly going to be something that I haven't seen before. Although, like I said, I'm nervous. I need to replace that PTFE tube and possibly even do the that tower thing that Krusty was recommending. Either way, we're rating Sid Heresy with a Tuscan rating in 3, 2, one. No, not blast off. You gotta do it. Do it. There we go. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, bottom heaters.
He's
Is that a better term?
he's
Now, these are a little different because
he's
they're
he's
made
building
of
electronics.
Really, really
I have
hot.
an extra one.
But the
Let me have another one of these.
uh-oh.
Dad, let me have another one of these.
What-
Yeah,
what's-
I got
what's
2
this?
just in case. Well, because it was on sale.
What?
I got it on sale.
What?
What?
I was
It's
gonna
a
say
raid.
what while I'm like scrambling to pull up the appropriate buttons.